20 years ago, a seed was planted and cared for. We painstakingly nurtured it and weathered it against adversity until one day it blossomed and the fruits of our labor began to show. Today, millions have learned, shared, and been inspired by what our community has produced. We proudly serve 21 million users from 204 countries in 2019. For our 85,000 technical articles, code samples, and videos, our 450,000 forum questions, and our highly anticipated conferences and events featuring keynote panels, live streams, and industry experts and influencers. We recognize and reward members for their dedication to the community. Through content contributions and mentorships, we ranked number 2,620 in the world with a reach of millions across our social media channels. Thanks to you, our global community of software and data developers grows stronger each day. For more information, visit us at CSharpCorner.com.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the day 4 of Bcrypt Conference 2022. As always, I'm your host Stephen Simon, and today it's going to be a really exciting day because I have two absolutely amazing co-hosts joining me from behind the scene. And if you're someone who has missed the day 1 or day 2 or day 3 of the Bcrypt conference, of day 1 you can find all the videos content being uploaded on CSharpCorner website, and day 2 and day 3 was in person happening here in Delhi, India. We have recorded those sessions and we'll make sure we put it on the CSharpCorner website or also on Bcrypt conference. Today it's going to be a power-packed 4 hours of blockchain, crypto, NFT, Web3, and some exciting panels by Mahesh and towards the end of the day. So don't forget to tune in at about 12 noon. And I think I should invite my co-host of the day, the infamous crypto guy from India, Lalit. Hi, Lalit. Welcome to Bcrypt Conference 2022.
Thank you. So how's everything going on?
Everything is going good. I'm here in Delhi and it's raining here, so it's a very cool weather too. It's very cool weather. How about you?
It's great. Even in Gurgaon, we are having great rains, and the weather suddenly became pleasant today.
Yeah.
From this scorching heat, even I was traveling, even in the south, I was feeling very happy while traveling in the south. But
Yeah, I saw some
coming back
pictures.
to Delhi NCR, it was like, from pleasant weather, I came into scorching heat weather.
Hmm.
But now
Yeah.
it's really good that I'm
Yeah.
happy that I just came day before yesterday, and now it's feeling better.
Yeah, so I would suggest to bring some tea and tea with you. But I won't take much of time, Lalit. We have an amazing co-host for the day today, and I'm going to welcome him.
Yeah, thank
Hi,
you, thank
Mahesh.
you.
Welcome to Bcrypt Conference 2022.
Hey,
I'm
good
great.
morning, Simon and Lalit. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Lalit, your background looks awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I heard that you guys are, the heat is there in India. Well, guess what? Heat is here also in US too. So I'm drinking my awesome drink. This is helps me keep for the day.
No, it's better because these liquids are only surviving us at this
Yes,
moment. Because in
yes.
India, especially in Delhi, Gurgaon, we are facing a heat temperature of around 48, 49 degrees Celsius.
Wow, this is going to be the highest, right?
Yes,
One of the
but
highest here. Yeah, yeah.
but in fact today it's a very pleasant weather. Whether it is in Delhi or Gurgaon, we are having rains since morning, and I think the temperature must have gone down to around 30 from 48. So
Oh,
it's
that's nice.
so the weather is very pleasant at this moment.
Nice, nice. That's great. All right, so let's kick off this, Lalit. So yeah, first 15 minutes, everybody, welcome to this Bcrypt conference, CSharpCorner's Bcrypt conference. And the purpose was really to bring this conference was to educate people on a lot of things going on in the world. And now first 15 minutes, you and I want to talk about few things, and we're not going to take too much time. I want to cover a few topics. I want to cover the crypto crash. I want to cover the future of blockchain. I want to cover the NFTs, and then I want to cover Web3 and Metaverse. So I want to cover like a few minutes on each. So let's start with crypto crash. Crypto is crashing, right? I see if anybody watching, investors in the crypto, they can see Bitcoin is almost at like $20,000. So I have my point on views on that. Why it's happening? Do you have anything on that? Why you think it's happening?
It's even if you see, Mahesh, that in India and US, everywhere these repo rates are increasing, and fortunately or unfortunately, every impact is coming from that. Either it is totally Indian economy or US. Because
Yeah,
of these repo rates, it's going down. In fact, these if you see about Indian market also, stock market, it has drastically gone down.
yeah,
But
yep,
look, like I say, investing is always have two opportunities. One is that when it's dripping, you have a chance to buy, right? So
yes,
it always depends upon the investors thinking. As far
yes,
as I believe, that since the whole market is going down, it's the best time to have grab the opportunity, those who are willing to be in this space. And for the newcomers, definitely it's a bit loss for them, but I would say that they should stay tuned, as I believe that this is the best buying opportunity if people wanted to be in this crypto industry.
yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. And yeah, so yeah, people buy when it's down. So obviously, we are not financial advisors, or we are not giving any advice. So I highly recommend, if you don't have money to throw away, don't buy anything, right? This can't be your money where you used to pay for rent and car and food. This is the money you want to invest for long term. And my view always has been is that if you're investing in a company, it doesn't matter if it's a crypto, non-crypto, you need to understand their business. Don't just buy because some people are jumping up and down on social media and hyping things up, right? So you have to look at the company, what the company does. Okay, so let's say you're investing in a blockchain, right? In a crypto, and look at the blockchain, what's behind the blockchain, what the technology behind it, who's the team, and who's using it, what companies are using the real blockchain, what projects are being built on that real blockchain, because end of the day, that is the real use case.
Exactly. One should have his due diligence upon any product they wanted to get invested, and thereafter only they should buy.
Yep,
Elsewise, it could be not like this, that I am buying, he's buying, so I am buying, which is a really dangerous thing. And in fact, if I say, most of the projects, those who have just a theory of getting funds, they take and grab such an opportunity of people's mentality that they come and buy. Because even
yep,
I heard while going to many various events, in fact there I met many people. They were like, no, I saw this project, and many people are going and buying that project, so
yep,
even I'm investing in it. I said, but have you checked the background, that
yeah,
what the project is about? Until unless you have done that due diligence on that project, I would never ever say that one should go and buy.
yep,
Either it is
yep,
crypto or it is any stocks,
yep, any
unless the due
investing, yep,
diligence is there. Yes. So
yep,
because
yeah,
the investment is really the hard earned money, and one should not go behind anyone to just buy it.
yeah, yeah. And there are three kinds of, I break down this blockchain crypto world into three kind of people, right? Especially the crypto part. One is the people who are building the products, right? Builders and creators. These are the team, these are the founders, they're creating. Number two are the one who are investors, right? They are like investing crypto, like you, me, whoever else is investing in big firms. And number third are these marketers and hypers and brand ambassadors and slash. So they're doing their own job. We all doing our job. Creators are creating, investors investing, and then marketers are marketing. Right? They're all doing their jobs. So you have to be careful then when marketers are marketing and hyping things up, what is real there and what is not real there. So once you figure out that, I think you will make a better decision.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's one should always figure out everything before going into the investment, because look, if a person gets explore this market, then they will find that there are many people who are advertising, who are promoting everything, and it's just that this is their job. And
Yes.
sometimes even Mahesh, I would say that sometimes I really feel that these marketers should learn things from scammers. These phishing scammers,
Yeah.
they have such a capability that they make a person to invest into their project. So
Yep.
it's not really invest into their project, it's that they have the capability of bringing out the money from individuals pocket to themselves.
Right.
So for all those legit projects that we see, they should actually learn marketing from these scammers, because they know that their project is really legit, and but
Yeah.
they don't know how to market it, because
Yes.
they always believe in putting their money into development. But the
Yes. So
fact,
I've seen that. I've seen some projects where, we're technical people. Like I'm technical. I've been writing code for 25 years. I still build software system. That's what I do. So when you are a builder or founder and your technical background, we don't think in terms of marketing, scamming, because that's not our focus is. And that's where some projects are. There are some people that are building good tech, but they don't market. And a lot of people don't know about those projects. So anyway, that's a discussion for another day because we don't really have a lot of time. Let's move to my
yeah,
next topic. NFTs and Web3, right? So we are seeing these so many NFTs being created. There is a, obviously there's a monkeys and there's obviously yacht and board yacht club and dogs and cats and fish and everything is coming out. Okay, I'm making these images, putting NFTs and selling it. And obviously, a lot of people are now complaining because they have lost a lot of money in NFTs in recent times.
recently.
So again, same thing. If you are interested in investing even these NFTs, and I'm not saying all NFTs are scam or useless. When I look at NFTs, there are some useful NFTs. There are companies like I know I'm working with the company MAPay. We are building NFTs that's useful NFTs. So it's a smart contract. It's just one kind of its own kind of contract. And if you can figure out the real business use case behind those NFTs and you invest in those, that makes sense to me. I'm not a big fan of buying a picture of cat and pretending like it's going to go 1,000 times in value over time. So anyway, what's your take on that?
No, of course, it's that till date, I have seen that unnecessary these hypes have been created in NFT space, but yes, the real use cases are yet to be seen. Like you mentioned that you have seen MPay, and I believe that this will be a turning point of NFTs, because at this moment everyone is like happy to create a picture of either dog, cat, or anything which doesn't have any sense, but they are getting they had raised like millions and billions.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, during our last discussion, we were talking about the people who have raised like in billions, millions, and they are getting top NFTs. But in real factual thing, I don't see any use case. But I believe that there would be some projects coming up like MPay. Those will really turn this
NFT
this
use cases around. Yes.
around.
Yep, yep. So let's get to our next topic. So that's the only thing we want to cover on NFTs. Everybody, welcome to the Bcrypt conference and let your comments keep coming. Thank you so much for joining us from around the globe. Let your comments keep coming and let us know what you like. You have questions, ask your questions, and we will ask the speakers to take those questions, after their sessions. And Simon is again going to join us again to host this whole thing. I won't be here all the time. I wanted to jump just early and join you, Lalit, here. And two more things we will talk before we bring our next speaker. So Web3, right? So I don't know if you saw that there was a bunch of videos on Web3, and one was from obviously, they're bunch up really, and looks like a lot of people have no idea what Web3 is all about. In my view, Web3 is the next generation of technologies beyond Web 2.0, and that's where the one of the key thing differentiator besides metaverses, 3Ds, decentralization, more intelligent systems is the biggest key difference is the ownership. In world of Web 3.0, people will own, the communities will own whatever they are creating, rather than like right now in a centralized world where Instagram, you upload all the content, but Instagram owns everything and makes all the money.
Yes, definitely. It's this Web3. Why it is becoming popular? It's because this Web3 is a bit more relevant to blockchain, and bringing up transparencies and low cost activities. These all would be the key feature of this Web3 going on. Many projects have now started development in terms of either blockchain or in journal also, not even if we talk about blockchain projects, but others also. In
Yeah.
fact, this is really a turning point of this web world now.
And don't take me wrong, we are building actively on Web3, right? And we have big projects
Exactly.
coming on Web3. You and I know that we are already working on probably we are putting like, I think, 20, 30 developers just on Web3 on different projects.
Just
So we are actively working, and I'm not saying personally, you and I, we are both involved
we both
100% in
are
that right
involved into
now.
the yeah.
So, but if I have to, tell anybody who's watching this, is when you think of Web3, blockchain, even metaverse, and if you're trying to build a project, trying to bring your ideas to market, think of purposeful. Always keyword is purpose, right? Are you building a purpose based system? What is the purpose? What is the end goal? How is it helping people in general, humans, right? What problem you're really solving? If you have those things in mind and then build something, chances are that will do something good and it will become successful for whatever scale, whatever height it reaches. At least it's not something, you're not creating something useless, and then just again, it's like throwing garbage, right? You're walking around, you're eating snacks and throwing garbage in the planet. It's not good for the planet, right? Same thing, if you're building something junk, even it's NFTs, they're useless, I call them junk. You're creating this clutter, you're creating digital junk on the planet. So with last word, let's say then, and then after your thoughts on that, let's invite our next speaker.
Definitely, this sometimes even I feel that this blockchain industry or uh, this whole crypto industry, it is yet at developing stage, because it's very rare projects that are coming up with the realities and what they have to do about all those things. In fact, this was the reason that we have invited few of our speakers over here who will really represent some of the projects which are like this changing the times of trending. Either it could be historical or in future. In fact, our next speaker, he would also be telling you in old times people used to do this FDs. In India we call it as FDs, or in US we say that people used to buy bonds for their people and for their relatives and everyone,
Savings, yeah.
savings. So this project will give you a real use case that how in crypto industry that can be implemented, and it's really good. And I hope
All right. Yeah.
projects will come up more and bring a new life to this crypto industry. However, definitely this blockchain industry has to grow a lot, but it will be a life changing for crypto industry too.
All right, let's bring our next speaker. This today's Bcrypt conference, Daryl. Hey, Daryl, good morning. How are you?
How you doing, gentlemen? It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
Great,
definitely.
great.
You're welcome.
So
I
first,
love the
I think
conversation you guys were having. I wish I could have jumped in.
yeah.
It was amazing.
So I think first we should introduce Daryl a bit to our community. So as I know Daryl, he's really a well-respected businessman and international business consultant. Uh, and Mahesh, it is interesting for you also that he has opted a career in basketball for 12 years.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Don't hold
We
that
have.
against me, Lala. Don't hold that against me.
No, it's not against you. You know that one of the good player is Mahesh's son, basketball player, and he loves to take around. So
I'm
this
hearing some great things about him. Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's going to USD. We are going actually this Friday. We're flying to USD to move into the. He's playing basketball there. Oh yeah,
Congratulations.
thank
That's
you.
a beautiful time, beautiful school, and like I said, I look forward to meeting him, and if I can help him in any way, I will.
Absolutely,
right.
thank you. Yeah. All right, so
So
let's not.
uh,
Yeah, let's. I mean, we should know. Go ahead, Lalit.
yeah, so I would request now Daryl to let community know about his project CryptoVault.net, that
Okay.
how they are going to turn this crypto industry into really interesting industry by helping people to give away gifts and secure their money. So
Yeah.
over to you, Daryl.
Well, first of all, I'm Daryl Hardy. I am co-founder of the Crypto Vault. I am blessed to work alongside Desmond Spencer, he's our generation's Ben Franklin. He's an amazing inventor from the telecom era. He's done so much in business. I'm also blessed to work with Navdeep every day. Navdeep Gar, for those that don't know, he is not just an innovator in our space, but also he pushes the Web3 space and pushes our ideas and makes them a reality. I am just happy to show what we brought to this space, because as I listen to Maish and Lalit speak about how so many people in the web space and in the crypto space deal with all this hype and all this rah rah, and we want to go 10x, win Lambo, all that. We've heard all of that, and the fact is, they do all the hype and never produce a product, never produce what they're actually talking about. It's as Lala said, there's so many scammers out here taking people's money, and you have to look into who's behind the project. Navdeep, myself, Mr. Spencer, we have real world businesses and that we brought that true business ethic into the Web3, into the digital space. The most important part of any business is the utility of the business. What is the purpose of that business? And I want to briefly share what the Crypto Vault is. We believe it's the easiest, fastest, safest way to send crypto. We give the gift of crypto. If any of you have thought about how hard it is to send or to bring a friend into the crypto space, how hard it is to have someone create a wallet, explaining to someone that's not in the crypto world what Ethereum is, what Bitcoin is, all these different how to use Uniswap, how to use PancakeSwap, and the looks that you get on your face when you try to tell somebody that, you know, PooCoin is actually a real thing. That is very difficult to do. So I want to show you now what the Crypto Vault is and how we can help this next space move forward. So right here at the Crypto Vault, I want you to think about how many people, how many millionaires have become not just rich overnight, but rich over a very short period of time. Did you know that more millionaires were made last year between September and December in crypto than were made in the last 15 years combined in Wall Street? This is not a passing fad. This is something that's real. This entire companies are shifting their entire models to be backed by digital cryptocurrencies. But the sad fact is that millionaires have somehow lost their fortunes in crypto. Imagine 12 words standing between you and over $250 million lost. This is important. I'm guilty of a lot of these things in terms of trying to bring friends in, like late October last year. There was a big run. We were in an amazing run. Millions were being made in crypto. I didn't have the time to bring my friends into crypto. I didn't have time to set their wallets up, to get them to give me what they need so I can get their words and their seed phrases so that they can catch that run that we were on between September and November. I wish they could have just given me their money and I can just give them their crypto. A lot of my friends missed out on that. I felt guilty about that. But I'm guilty of a lot of things, not losing my 12 words yet. I'm happy I've never done that. I've done some, I've had some things hacked. I've had, you know, this space is a dangerous space. So when we created Crypto Vault, we wanted to make sure that we can keep people safe. We're not catered just for the 5% of the world that's in crypto. We're tailored toward the 95% that are outside of crypto. We want to make sure that the 95% outside are safe and understand this is a platform. This is an entryway into crypto. One of the hardest things to do is to give crypto from one person to another, whether it's a ledger, whether you're using a hard wallet, it's hard to do. We made this process simple and easy. We have a patented technique in which we do all the hard stuff behind the scenes. Everything that goes into the complex trading, the multi-level dimensions of what you need to do to set up a wallet, make it personal, encrypt it all. We do all that stuff behind the scenes. Once you log on to cryptovault.net, you sign in. We do your validation of your email, your phone number. Then you're off to the races. We do everything on the backside for you. We had to make the space easier. The other thing is safety. There's so much things. The SEC here in the U.S., other municipalities around the world are cracking down on crypto because of all the scams, all the hacks, people getting their money stolen, transfers not happening, exchanges closing down, wallets being compromised. We wanted to make sure we set it up in a way in which we can keep you safe all the way through. Not to mention my Wall Street friends that think that, you know, this digital stuff doesn't exist, is not real. I'll show you later how we bring digital into real world. We say that this is the fastest and easiest way because we create what's called a legacy certificate. A legacy certificate, as Lalit said, Lalit mentioned the savings bonds and the markets in the US. Right now, to date, 4.5 billion certificates have already been created in the US. 4.5 billion savings bonds, have already been created in the US this year alone. We know we're in the right market. We know we're doing the right thing. We're trying our best to give everyone in our global sphere the same advantage that governments and municipalities are giving to their people. But we want to do it using crypto. We know that the multiplying effect of crypto, if I have $100 and it's saved in my bank, it's going to be $100 next year. But if I have $100 in a crypto, it could be $1,000 next year. We know the multiplying effect of crypto. I know for the fact, we've done the numbers. If you had $100 in Bitcoin 10 years ago, that will equal over $270,000. Even in this down market that we're in right now, if you had $100 worth of Bitcoin last year, you locked it into a legacy certificate. Right now, you will have over $270,000. And also, in this down market, this is where the wealth is truly made. As some people are running out, most wealthy are running in. This is a great time to diversify your portfolios, but I'll speak on that in a minute. What is a legacy certificate? Legacy certificates puts the power back in your hands. We talked about the Web3 space giving ownership, and that's exactly what we do with our certificates. There are people, whether you're buying NFTs, whether you're buying deeds and property and land within metaverses or other verses that are within the Web3 space, our CVT certificates allow you to authenticate that purchase. We can authenticate that those transactions that are made on chain, and you will have proof of that in the real world. We also, young people that are born having babies, that want to provide for their young ones long term, they can create a certificate, lock that certificate for 3 to 4 years or 10 or 15 years. It depends on their choice and how long they want to lock it for, preparing for that child's educational future or that child's well-being. If you have a young child that's about to start college in 4 years, lock a certificate in Bitcoin or in Ethereum for those 4 years so that when you get to graduation day, you're ready to give that child, that money will be sitting there waiting for you. There's so many workers around the world that don't have a retirement plan. They work for so many years and don't have a way of putting it away for themselves. Our certificates enable a way that you can create your own retirement plans. We give the power to the people fully, whether you're investing in yourself, whether you're saving for a home, whether you're saving for a new car. You're going to have maybe it's a wedding day that you're saving for. Maybe you just want to save over time because you know that you like pinching and you like, if you have $1,000 here or in Ethereum, you're going to pull a little bit over here. By locking in a certificate for a certain set time, it keeps you safe from yourself. This down market happen right now, this bear market that we're in. It doesn't matter if your money's locked away, because when we come out of it, you'll be safe. You'll be able to reap the benefits of the long-term investment. Our certificates are also used by lawyers in their estate planning. It's the easiest way. If you have a grandfather or you're a grandfather or older person, you have a lot of Bitcoin and you want to be able to put it into your son's name now or your daughter's name now. You can do that with our certificates, and we'll show you how that process works. Assets, storage, management, secured. When you lose your money in a wallet, it is lost forever. With the crypto vault, we create individual vaults for each one of our members, each one of our customers. You have your own personalized vault. Your certificate, in essence, is a vault in which you can add to each week. If you want to use it as a savings plan, you can, because you can add to it every week, every month. You can put a little bit in, and it's there for you. And it's safe. It's kept in cold storage, safe for you. No way to be hacked, no way to be compromised, no way to be dusted. This is a real world solution to a lot of the problems that have been plaguing the crypto space. We speak to policyholders here in the US that are a part of these big mandates that are coming down against crypto, coming down against a lot of these major players within our space. And they like our product. They love what we have because it shows safety, it shows security. We keep people safe all the way through the process, and it's easy. If somebody's having a birthday, I can send them a certificate. Here you go. I want to give you $100 in Bitcoin. Here, because that $100 gift in Bitcoin can really be $1,000 later or even more. Or I want to give you Ethereum. You having a brand new baby? Here's a beautiful gift for that baby. Christmas, holiday, Father's Day, Mother's Day. We have certificates for every occasion. This is just one part of it. We also have the donation platform. If you want to give to a church, you want to give to, here in the US, we have a lot of hurricanes. I mean, as you have typhoons all over the world in India and stuff. If there's a major event happening and there's a major nonprofit or NGO that is really helping, we can set up a donation certificate for that NGO, and everyone can give to that same certificate that goes directly to that help, directly to that aid. This is something new that hasn't been available for companies, for organizations to give and get crypto in one step. Through our process, you can get the certificate, you have your loaded certificate, legacy certificate that you can do what you want. You can make it into your own personal financial plans. You can give it as a gift, or you can use it as a donation that you want to use toward a worthy cause. I want to talk a little bit about the people that's behind it. Mr. Spencer, 20 plus years in telecom, 20 plus, all of that knowledge, not just retail, not just the 90 plus stores that he owned, bringing all of his knowledge and business into this crypto space is very important. Navdeep, we spoke about him. If you're part of this conference, you should know that name. You should know what he's behind. The companies that the groups that already support him and love him. We are honored to have him as our lead designer. Jonathan Octius, you mentioned the NFT world. Jonathan Octius is a professional basketball player, lives in Japan. He developed his take on NFTs is different. His take on NFTs is, what is the utility? What is the real world value that this NFT is bringing that's going to really shock and really change the world? So all of his NFT projects, just like anything that's going to be featured in our second level of our vault, the utility has to be proven to us first before you can be listed in our marketplace. Meaning like MPay is an excellent NFT because we know the utility. We know how it's going to help the world. Apex Ninja Guru by John Octius. We know how that's going to help the world. They're building playgrounds now, as well as they're building basketball courts in Haiti, in South Florida. That was the purpose of it, and it's getting done. This is very important. Mark McCall, who's pictured here, also from telecom to Web3 to Sprint design here in the US, an amazing brain behind all this. Lalit was able to show us not just the direction, but to move us out of that Web2, to move us out of the direction we were going, and said, listen, this is the future. You need to go that way. The three branches, we call them the branches of the crypto vault. Well, they're more like 3 floors. Our legacy certificates are available for any and every one. So right now, as we speak today, there are companies and communities, entire communities, contact us and want their community token to be available within the crypto vault. That's very important. That's important because with the ability to excuse me, I want to stop the share at this point. Okay, with the ability to bring in their entire community into certificates, they normalize their pricing, they lower their trading, they're able to really pass on to the future what they have. Like if you're really a part of the Dash community, you love Dash, then you can come to the crypto vault and send a Dash community to your children, to your coworkers. In simple clicks, you can send it. You can use your existing wallet, or you can use our pay system and acquire the Dash and put it into the certificate, give it to your friends. It's the easiest way. Instead of telling people about it, you can give the gift of crypto. Simple steps. It's easy. It's really nice. So the second level of it is the NFT gallery. The NFT gallery, which is a part of our V2, which will be launching in about 2 months. They're about 2 months, is almost finished building. Those NFTs in there will have their utility shown first. You must do the work. This is not hype. This is not any of the crypto garbage or junk, as Mahesh said. This is going to be proven. These are going to be companies that we stand behind. These are companies that their utility is proven. We know the ownership. Same with any token that lists within the vault. You go through the KYC process. You go through an audit process. We're standing behind these companies. That's why everyone can't get in. We were blessed over this past 3 weeks to welcome in the Dash community. We welcome in the Shinobi community. We welcome in the Sheeb community. These are communities that are huge. And it's amazing that they've chosen us to expand their brands. We are honored that they saw the vision. They see the purpose. They see the fact that it's easy for their community to load up and even when we went through that, we went through about 3 weeks of a certain exchange where there was a lot of hacks going on. We were happy that those customers were able to transfer their funds into certificates and secure them without the worry of being hacked. That is what we bring to this space. That's just the first part of it. We're ever expanding and growing, and we welcome any questions that maybe have.
Lalit, you're muted.
I can see you talking, Lalit, but I can't hear you yet.
Lalit, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
So, most of the answers you have given, but still some people have asked me a few questions. But
Okay.
I would request you to answer them so that they get their queries resolved.
Yes.
So first, they had asked that can we give it to anyone, anywhere in the world?
Yes. The crypto that you can, there's no limitations on a digital certificate. So you can create a certificate and literally from the time you create, after your account is set up, from the time you create your wallet to the time you give it to them, about 4 minutes, and you can give crypto to anyone in the world, anywhere.
Right.
As long as they have a valid email address.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And also, someone has also asked that they must have seen your community, and they are willing to know that is it true that Shiba community and Dash community, they are using Crypto Vault platform to send certificates to their community?
Yes, state. Let's go a little. I'm going to answer that question visually. Let me share my screen one more time.
Yeah, that would be perfect because that was another question. But I think if the time allows and they wanted to know if the platform is ready and you can showcase the demo of in a quick way to generate a certificate.
I'm just going to show right now. This is cryptovault.net, just so everyone can see. These are the certificates that I spoke about. Happy birthday, it's a girl. These are what's scrolling underneath are the tokens that are already in our system, already available. When you create a account with the Crypto Vault, the reason you don't have to create a wallet or anything is because we do everything for you. This is a dashboard. We build your dashboard. You don't have to worry about losing your 12 words. What happens if I do anything? We will keep this safe for you. You asked about the Dash community. I'm going to show you. Let me pick on them. Well, I'm also going to pick on Sheeb, hopefully, because I want to show you. This is our dashboard. So this is a certificate. This is what you can do in real time at any time. We're 100% live. You can show anytime you want to check the value of your certificate. It can be done in seconds. You scan all the QR codes are live. So yes, to answer your question, the Sheeb community is live. They are a part of our community. Anyone watching can scan this QR code and you can see how our system works. It will show up on your phone. This is what all of our users get. Anytime in real time, they get to see this. We also, so I wanted to make sure that you saw that as well. I'm gonna show you one other thing since we're in here. I know my time is short. We keep all your transactions. I want to show you. Let me go back to the live version here. Let me go back to. Can I stop sharing? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Everything we do in the digital world, we bring to the real world. So if you're in the US, you can have your certificate mailed to you. You can actually get a physical copy. The QR code will still work the same way. You get a physical account of everything you do in the digital world. So when we talked about authenticating, how would we be able to authenticate ownership when we're in this new Web3 space? Our certificates will be able to give you that ownership. Same way you buy a house, you want a deed. You buy a car, you want the title. We will have the certificates for it. And these communities that have blessed us with just their love and their communities, we will be able to provide the certificates for their verses and for their expansions that they're doing. So we love where we're at. We're very well positioned for the future.
That's perfect. Even this is really nice to give this glimpse to the user who were asking about these questions about how to generate certificate. And I think this is very clear statement for the people who are watching. And I think all their answers have been given. But still, if anyone is having any question, they can follow the link and ask the questions. And definitely we will ask Mr. Darrell or one of the team member to answer those queries.
Of course. And if you see us online, cryptovault.net. If you see us in our Discord, I'm Crypto D, so it is me, and we will answer any questions, help you. We are working on getting multiple languages developed as well for all the certificates. We are working on that as well as getting certificates delivered in the Asian corridor as well as in Europe. We're working with a partner in Germany right now. So it's not just a US thing. We're going to have the physicals available for everyone. We're working on the partners now. So
that's perfect. Thanks, Darrell, for speaking up with the community and giving them a glimpse of the whole project. And now I think it's time to move on for our next speaker. First,
thank you so much. Have a great.
So for all the community, now our next speaker will be there, and his name is Mr. Kishor.
Hi, Lalit. Can you hear me?
Hi, Kishor. Yes, we can hear you, but we cannot see you.
I have no idea. My camera works with Zoom. My camera works with Google Meet, but I'm not sure what's ManyCam. Do I need to install any software?
No, it's like directly the browser that you are using. It's Chrome, Google Chrome, or what?
Yes, it is. It is a Google Chrome.
So I think it takes up directly.
No idea,
It
mate.
should be good. Maybe, yeah. It should be good. Maybe you have this ManyCam installed somewhere.
Do I need to install it?
No, I mean, this Minicam must be installed somewhere in your browser extension or somewhere.
Okay, I need to uninstall it. Is it?
No, maybe click on settings. If you do you see a settings on your screen at the bottom,
Yeah.
click on it, and then you see a window. Click on the camera, the second option,
Camera is the first
and
option. Yeah. Okay.
okay, it's the first option. Okay, then you'll see the camera drop down over there. Maybe try to select another camera.
Ah, there you
Yeah.
go. Bingo.
Yeah, yeah, great, great. So, welcome, Kishore. And first of all, I would like to give a brief introduction about Kishore. He's one of my good friend, and but he started his career as an OTC broker, and recently he's been into Singapore, and he is running a big crypto community DAO venture capitalist by the name of Crowdfund Junction, right?
Right.
And he's the founder over there. He has been quite actively participating in this crypto industry from long time, whether it could be a crypto exchange or family offices, venture capitalists, gaming, metaverse. So he has a deep knowledge about all this blockchain aspects that are going on. So I think now we would request Kishore to share his views about himself, insights of this industry within this community.
So, am I allowed to share my slide, Lalit?
Yes, 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 yes. You are.
Okay. What am I
At
supposed
below,
to do?
at below, you can see the share option.
Ah, okay. Got it.
Right.
It's asking me to upload a file. Can I not share my screen?
Kishore,
Ah,
Simon,
yeah.
instead of slides, you can click on share screen. In that
Okay.
way, you can share entire screen. Slides
Okay. Great.
uploading. Yeah,
Okay.
I see
Great.
your screen.
Excellent.
Yeah, one. Yeah, everybody else can see your screen now, and you're good to go. Maybe you need to click on that hide pop-up. Stream and
Do I?
sharing at the bottom.
at the bottom, hide.
Yeah,
Bottom. Hide.
there's a pop-up right that says stream. Yeah, yeah, you're good.
Good now. Okay, cool. So I'll be talking about how crypto investors are making money from NFTs, and is NFT a hedge in the current so-called bearish market that we are experiencing. Now, just before I can start off, 10-second intro about myself. I run a crypto VC DAO, and we invest in various blockchain NFT DeFi projects. We also have a sister company called Mat for NFTs, where we uh, partner with celebrities, influencers, those on fashion, art, property, as well as brands that are looking to NFT their products or services. Now, let's come to NFTs. So the word NFT is non-fungible tokens, right? So let's talk about fungible first. And if you look at currency, for example, this $5 bill, right? It's a physical $5 bill. If I give you my $5 and in exchange you give me your $5, it's the same. Or if you give me, let's say, five $1 bill, and if I give you one $5 bill, it's the same. The value doesn't change, right? But if you look at the Mona Lisa painting, this is very unique, right? It cannot be changed because there's only one Mona Lisa painting. That's why it's called non-fungible. Now, the similar is the case on the digital side. So these are called physical fungible, and the one below is called digital. So Bitcoin is actually fungible. Why? Because if I give you my Bitcoin and you give me your Bitcoin, it actually basically is the same. There's no difference. However, with this so-called NFT art that you see over here, okay, if I give you my NFT art and you give me yours, it's completely different. So is the case with properties, right? We could be living on the same level, let's say on the same floor, but you could be facing the city and I could be facing, let's say, the ocean, right? So I have an ocean view, but you have a city view. But we could be in the same same so-called building, and you could be a 2-bedroom, and I'm also a 2-bedroom. So that's called non-fungible, right? So it's unique. NFTs, the use case of NFTs are many. I'll come to it in a minute, but there are two important reasons why NFT has become very popular. One is because of its ownership. So ownership is what NFT really proves, that I am the owner of this particular so-called, in this case, my artwork over here, right? So that's the ownership. And the second biggest reason why NFTs become very popular is because of royalty. So some of the names which have really entered into NFT space is Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Nike, Adidas, right? So the names are big names have entered the NFT space. Now I'm going to play a video, and I like this video of Gary Vee where he explains really why businesses are going to need an NFT strategy. So just kind of hear him.
Why do you need an NFT? Why do you need to use this kind of technology in order to do what people are already doing for customers already?
That was literally the question that people asked me about the internet. Why would you need to buy wine on a computer? I can go to the store. When you do an NFT, you can put things into the contract. So Lou's Pizza Shop can issue NFTs and make 1,000 tokens, right? The regular pizza pictures just give you a 10% discount. The gold one gives you unlimited free pizza. After 6 months, if they've had enough pizza or they move, can sell it on the blockchain. Lou gets a royalty on that transaction because you could put royalty contracts under these NFTs. He keeps making financials on the back end of the royalty. So for every small business, every personality, every intellectual property, the token is also a marketing collateral. The way everybody in business needs a social media account to be relevant in 2021 is the same way in 2025 everyone's going to need a NFT strategy.
So that was very rightly put by Gary, and he says every business will need an NFT strategy. Now, if you look at NFTs, you have these are the categories like metaverse, game, utility, art, sports, collectible, and collectible has the most popular NFTs which are getting sold. You'll be surprised that kids as young as 12 years old, they are creating NFTs and they are making money out of it. Here's a 12-year-old girl, and her collection is called the Long Neck NFT collection. And she is also being quite popular. She's made around $1.6 million from her NFT collections. Now, for those of you who may not know how to draw, you'll be surprised that you could actually sell your own selfie, and make money. So here's a student from Indonesia, and he made his own NFTs by selling his selfie as an NFT, and he fetched $1 million. This is Irene from Singapore, and she raked in $7.5 million by selling her own NFTs as a selfie. So why NFTs? Why has it become so popular? That's because of the sheer, I would say, gains that people have made. For example, here's a very popular NFT collection called Pudgy Penguin. And this was minted for around $60. And it's trading for around $8,000. So the return is around 13,000% return. Now, this kind of returns you don't get to see in traditional investments like stocks and commodities. Even some of the crypto coins or fungible coins, you don't get these kind of returns, the kind of returns that we're getting in non-fungible tokens. So here's some other examples. Like, for example, this particular NFT was minted for 0.03 and the current floor price 99. You can see the kind of gains from the mint price to the floor price. Here's another one, flipped BAYC, mint price was 0.1, floor price is 51, so that's a 51,000% return. So these kind of gains are just unseen of and unheard of in traditional investments. And that's why NFTs become so popular. Anyone with as little as $50 can participate in an NFT. So it's anybody can. You don't need to have a lot of capital. That's why it's attracting a lot of users. Now, on my screen right now, here's a leaderboard of all the top NFT, so-called, I will call them as whales. So Pranksy, for example, the kind of money he's made from NFTs. That's like 1,573 ETH. That's the kind of profit. It shows exactly his revenue, how much he has spent, how much he has bought. So these are all the top NFT buyers. The NFT ecosystem is just growing, and nowadays you could actually see NFTs in art, you could see NFT in Metaverse, like Decentraland, Sandbox, NFT in gaming, in sports, in domain names, marketplaces, infrastructure. So the use case of NFT is just growing and growing every single day. Now let's look at some of the numbers in the last, I would say, quarter, and maybe let's say from the beginning of this year. So this is where in Jan you can see the monthly volume of NFTs, right? So it's like 15 billion, right? And then from there you can see it's kind of going down. So when you look at this, you will think that, oh, actually the NFT market is falling, but that's not true. The reason being is this fall is because of the fall in the price of fungible tokens, which is Ethereum. So what essentially has happened is, if I am raising 1 ETH for my NFT collection, it's still 1 ETH. But because the price of ETH has become 1/3, so it was 4,000, now it's 1,000. So maybe not even 1/3, dropped by more than 1/3. The volumes seem to have shrunk. You'll be surprised to see that more and more venture funding has actually gone into NFT startups this year. And let me give you some examples. Like Estonia-based NFT port raises $26 million from investors. Here are some top NFT companies in 2021. So we have Dapper Labs that raised 386 million, and then SoRare 57, OpenSea 23. Let's look at this year. Now, funding for blockchain records startup hits a record of 9.2 billion in the first 3 months of 2022. This is according to CB Insights. And if you look at the numbers, 3.6 billion was raised by blockchain focused startups. Out of that, 2.4 billion was for NFTs. That's the interesting part. So if you look at 2021, it was 3.6. In 2022, it's 9.2. Out of 9.2, 2.6 are for NFT startups. And the two most valuable unicorns that came into the NFTs was Yuga Labs and Immutable. Now, Yuga Labs, as we all know, they own the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the CryptoPunks, and the Meebits, raising 450 million in funding at 4 billion valuation in this year, March 2022. And Australia-based Immutable raised 200 million at 2.5 billion valuation in March, which was led by Temasek, which is in Singapore. And if you look at, as on today, there are surprisingly 62 unicorns in the blockchain space with a valuation of at least 1 billion. And Hong Kong-based Animoca Brands is the most active investor in the first quarter of 2022. And they have been mostly investing in gaming, NFTs, and Metaverse. In the second place is Coinbase Ventures, and the third place is Pantera Capital. So NFT, actually, more and more investors are coming into this space. If you look at the size of NFT market, it's going to grow from 3 billion, which is currently, to 13.6 billion by 2027. That's a compounded growth rate of 35%. So we're going to see a growth rate from 2022 to 2027. And the major factors that are going to influence is, of course, the adoption. More importantly, NFTs are going to be used in gaming more so. And of course, celebrities are going to be coming in and pushing this further. Now, the demand for NFTs was actually 770,000 unique NFT buyers joined in January so far in this year. That's almost 2,500% jump from 30,000, which was reported last year. So all these numbers are telling us that the craze for NFTs has just begun. The volumes are down because the price of Ethereum is down. But I'll share with you. This is VGMI. It's a website where you can go and check all the prices of cryptos, NFTs rather, and you can see all the top NFTs, right? They're hardly down in the last 30 days. They're hardly down, right? While Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other coins are down by 50%, 60%, 70%, right? But NFTs are hardly down, right? And some of them are even up. For example, here, Neo Tokyo R&Ds, they're up by 120%. Damien Hirst currency up by 73%. So definitely NFTs are here to stay, and the hype has just begun, or I would say the craze has just begun. Happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I think some questions are there that community wants to ask. One of the person has asked that how can we understand metaverse in simple layman language?
Good question. So metaverse is nothing but, I would say, digital world. And in the digital world, if you want to participate in the digital world, then you will need your avatar, your own avatar. Because right now we are talking, this is in 2D. Metaverse is all about 3D. So you need a metaverse. So one of the things is you will notice in the future, it will not be you, but it's going to be your avatar, which will be in Zoom meetings or in StreamYard, and everything will be within the metaverse itself, which means you don't have to leave the metaverse. Even if you have to order your food, you'll be ordering your food within the metaverse. Of course, it will be delivered in the real world because you still have to eat your food, but you don't have to leave the metaverse to actually order your food. There'll be people needed to, for example, metaverse architects, metaverse real estate agents, metaverse lawyers, metaverse fashion designers. All these jobs, all these businesses are going to be created in the metaverse.
Great. I think this will clear many things that a layman would be coming and listening up. So we have another question. Someone is asking that how do I invest in the right NFT?
Right, NFT.
Yeah.
That's a difficult question to be answered, Lalit. But what I can say is this: try and buy NFTs which has their founders doxed, which means they're not anonymous. So make sure that
Exactly like even Kishor, I always say that we are not financial advisors, but yes, it should be that one person should first do their due diligence on the NFTs or any part of crypto, and then only go ahead with the purchase. So it should be not that we are advising anyone, right?
yeah, absolutely correct. So this is definitely not a recommendation or an advice. What I do is, as far as NFTs are concerned, don't bet on the horse, bet on the jockey. So I guess who's the person behind the NFT? I think that's more important. Another thing is, if that particular collection has done well, for example, Bored Ape has done well, and then they came out with their second collection, which is the other side. Then you know, okay, fine. Their first collection has done well. You're willing to kind of consider their second collection. So these are some of the things which I would suggest for you to look at.
Great. So, sure. One more question we have. This is question from Max. When do you think we will see the rise of utility NFTs?
The raise of, is he talking about fundraise? Is he talking about? I'm not really clear.
Yeah, but I think that what he must be willing to know that how NFTs will come in this utility sector instead of these virtual.
Actually,
Right.
it has already come, Lalit. I tell you, a very good use case is authentication of luxury goods. For example, if I'm like whatever this is, like a Jaguar, right? I'm wearing this Jaguar watch, right? How do I know if I walk into a luxury shop and that guy is not selling me a duplicate one, right? So
Right.
I can literally buy this watch, and at the back of this watch, there could be a QR code. So, for example, just share with you, right? So here there'll be a QR code over here, and I could just scan this QR code, and this QR code will take me to the a website wherein it will show that this is authentic. This is an
The
authentic watch.
details of the NFT can be the product can be seen over there, and he can easily judge it whether it is a legit or not.
Correct. And then what can happen is that particular details is going to be NFT'd.
Exactly.
And then I will be selling the NFT instead of the actual watch. So this is going to be the future.
Yeah, in fact, Max has cleared his question. He said that what I mean is, when do you think we will see the rise of utility NFTs, like tickets?
Okay. So, I mean, if you really look at it right now, the NFTs which are actually doing well are the ones which have got utility. If it's just NFTs for the sake of, for example, just membership, right? A classic example is Gary Vee. Gary Vee's NFT has got utility as well. It's a community, it's a membership, but it also has a utility, right? So you can attend his VCon conferences, you can get all latest NFTs through him because he has got this huge network. So you can get whitelisted with other NFT collections because of Gary Vee. So as long as there's a utility, those NFTs will definitely have value and it'll go up. So right now, all NFTs which have utility are actually doing well.
Right. Kishore, we have one more question. I think even I can easily answer him. He wants to know that what is the minimum amount I can invest in NFTs. So I think it's not about the minimum amount. The all NFTs are based on biddings. So it's up to you that even you can bid it for 1 cent, but if the other person is bidding against you as $1, then definitely if you want to get that NFT, then you have to again rebid that for $1.1. So I think this should be the answer. What do you say, Kishore?
I guess he just wants to know, like, if I'm just a beginner, if I want to start, how much. So you can actually invest in NFTs depending on your budget. Some NFTs are available for 0.1 ETH, and some NFTs are available for 1 ETH. But there are a lot of free mint NFTs. For example, CryptoPunks was a free mint, right?
Yeah.
I think Goblin, the latest Goblin NFTs was free mint, if not mistaken, right?
Yes, that was also free minting.
Correct. So there are a lot of free mint NFTs. The only thing that you need to do is pay for the gas. Now, if you think that's also expensive, then you can go for a Solana NFT, or you can go for a Polygon NFT or a Binance NFT, where the gas fees are very, very, I would say, affordable. So I think those are some of the things which you may want to consider to begin with.
Yeah, in fact, Kishore, this is the next question that we received from Manish. That which wallet I need for NFTs? Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, etc.
Okay, so here's the thing: if you're a little bit confused about which wallets and all, you can always buy NFTs from exchanges, right? So nowadays, a lot of exchanges are also selling NFTs. You can just buy and you can have them kept over there. But if you really want to have them in your wallet, then I would say some of the wallets are like MetaMask. You can have them for Ethereum-based NFTs. If it's Solana, then maybe a Phantom wallet. If it's Cardano, then maybe you could. I don't know. It's. Hold on. Let me check. Which one do I use? I think I use Nami. Right. Right.
Yes.
So these are some of the wallets which I guess you may want to consider.
Great. I think there are no more questions, and I think community would be happy, and they must have, as a layman also, they must have learned many things from you. Even, Kishore, I'm always amazed by your statics that you bring on. because these are the eye opener statics that whenever I see your figures, it's like amazing. It
Yes,
was
yes,
really
absolutely.
nice to see those figures again.
Yeah. So if you're a beginner, guys, don't try to connect your wallet to any NFT collection out there, because you can be scammed. So as a beginner, I strongly recommend, maybe you could start off by buying on an exchange or on a INO platform, which is the initial NFT offering platform, because they usually make sure that everything is proper and you will not get scammed. Or once you get experience, then you could go to some other platforms, like well-known platforms like OpenSea, and then of course there are others as well, Rarible. So you could consider them as well.
Yes, it is great. Anyways, I think there are no more questions coming up, and many thanks for being here, Kishore, for giving your valuable time and information to the community. I think the community would be happy to get this knowledge.
Thanks, Lalit, for inviting me.
You're most welcome. Thank you, Kishore. Yeah. So now it's the turn of our next speaker, who is Mr. Alex. And what I saw, that they are another bringing up project, which is a life turning project, because uh, you know it is what project they have created is as easy as transferring the crypto from one person to another person, and the lowest value that you can transfer from one wallet to another wallet is no one can imagine, which no one is giving. It's just a $1. And I think, Simon, let's welcome Alex over here.
Hello, hello. Thank you very much for this opportunity to participate. Special hello, special thanks to my friend Lalit. Glad to see you again.
Welcome,
And
welcome back, Alex. And I think first I'll give you a brief introduction about you to this community. Uh, my friends, meet Mr. Alex. He's one of the co-founder of a new project, like I mentioned. It's Me, and he has been into this crypto industry since 2016. He is a PhD in economics, and he's really a professional entrepreneur with, I think, 15 to 20 startups in this IT sphere. And before this getting into this crypto industry, he was handling many IT startups. And I think now, more about himself, we will be happy to listen from Alex, and about his journey over here, and about the project, the beautiful project that they had brought up. And I really like that project. So over to you, Alex.
thank you. Thank you very much for this introduction. Yes, we have created IME in order to help all the people to start use crypto, because I remember how hard is to begin, because you need to study, you need to understand special things, and if it's not your if your education is different from mathematics and economy and or computer science, sometimes it's very complicated. So that's why we created IME. IME, it's a messenger. based on API of Telegram. But inside of this messenger, we have very convenient and very secured non-custodial crypto wallet. So you can easily send crypto to your grandmother or to your son without asking, what is your wallet address, my dear friend? So you can send crypto in habitual interface of Telegram, and crypto goes directly to blockchain from the application. So right now, IME is a super app with a lot of functions, a lot of cool perks Telegram doesn't have. 1 year ago, we started with application based on API of Telegram with built-in non-custodial crypto wallet. But now our application is very, very powerful. It's like people call our application Telegram on steroids because it's so interesting and so professionally oriented for many user patterns. So besides of non-custodial crypto wallet, we have also translation things. We have also better sorting options for Telegram channels, for Telegram groups. We have better options for using cloud of Telegram, for listening music and watching video, and sometimes for learning different languages. We have donation system, crypto boxes, etc., etc. It's hard to explain in so short presentation the whole spectrum of our features. But right now, I can assure you that IME is the simplest and most native way to start with crypto. That's why I can say that we are doing mass adoption of the crypto, because we offer people not to study a lot. We offer people start to use some crypto features they want immediately after downloading IME application. If you download IME, you will get the same groups, the same chats, the same channels like in your original Telegram. And right now, Telegram has more than 1 billion of users. So, but in IME, you will have all these contacts, all your friends, of your workers or sole workers, etc., co-workers and family members, but in a better environment. And the crypto section is already connected. So you can easily send crypto to your grandmother. And also we have a lot of integrations like PancakeSwap, already integrated in IME, Uniswap, already integrated in IME, and Binance, integrated in IME. And a very cool feature also is integrated, it's Binance Pay. And actually, IME is the only one company in the world. Binance created API especially for us to be integrated in our application. So using Binance Pay, you can send a very small token like Shiba Inu token with zero commission to your friend. Sometimes it sounds amazing because how it's possible. But with the integration of Binance Pay, it's possible. And if you want to send crypto, you can use two ways of sending crypto with IME crypto wallet, using normal way of sending crypto, using blockchains like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, or Polygon, or with use of Binance Pay. The crypto goes directly to the user of Binance Pay, and you don't pay any commission. It's zero commission for you, as everything in IME has zero commission. So if I can share the screen if it's possible by your configuration. Yeah, I think it's possible. Yeah. window. So I hope you can see the screen I'm sharing to you. So I will continue with this illustration. So right now, we have more than 6 millions of users and more than 7 millions of downloads worldwide. We have IME application for Android users, and we have, of course, IME application for Apple users. So you can easily find our application in App Store and Google Play. And also we have 1 million of activated wallets in our platform. And more than 45 different partners connected together. They use our application. They use our user base for their needs. So we can say that our ecosystem is growing very fast because during 1 year we got about 50 partnerships with popular crypto projects, and some projects are from industries like DeFi, and some projects connected to gaming world or betting world. So it's a huge ecosystem of different types of partners and companies. So this is the numbers, and I can say that sometimes we have very lucky days for IME when we have up to 25,000 daily downloads. The last lucky day for us was when Binance made a tweet about our integration, about Binance and IME integration. So during 1 week, we had more than 20 or even 25,000 daily downloads. So I will stop it. And I wanted to say also that our IME application has non-custodial crypto wallet, and I wanted to say that it's really important. It's very important for everybody. If you use custodial wallet, it means that your tokens are in the hands of other persons or other people, other companies. So I recommend you to use non-custodial crypto wallet. Sometimes it's a bit more responsible for you. You need to be more responsible, and you need to a bit educate yourself about what does it mean seed phrase, or what is private key, and why shouldn't I send my private key to anybody. But it's not very easy times for crypto world right now. So it's better to keep your crypto in your hands, not to give it to other persons. If you want to use your wallet on different websites like Web3 applications or DeFi dexes, you can easily use non-custodial crypto wallet IME using our Wallet Connect integration, because we have Wallet Connect integrated inside of our application. So you can easily connect to any websites, any of thousands of Web3 applications, gaming, DeFi, DEXs, liquidity providers, etc., etc. And you can use IME wallet in very secure and very convenient way as your identificator. So you can connect and disconnect from different websites. And what else can I say about mass adoption? We are doing mass adoption because we are offering people to start with crypto very easily. We offer them to download IME, to feel that their experience is not too complicated, and that it's very comfortable for them to use our application, because the interface is common. It's like interface of Telegram. It's very habitual interface for a lot of persons, I think for everybody, because right now almost everybody has Telegram in his mobile phone. So we offer them to start using crypto, and we know their common errors, what they can make if they use other types of wallets and exchanges, etc., etc. So private key is protected by PIN code, and it's stored locally on the device of user. So we don't see what's inside of crypto wallet. We don't see, we cannot change anything, and every modern smartphone is very secured. So it's as secured as a normal computer, as a normal notebook or laptop. So we use a private key which is stored on your mobile phone, and this private key is also encrypted and protected by PIN code. So if you install IME and create crypto wallet, you can easily write down your seed phrase and keep it secure somewhere on a paper. And you can easily export your wallet, or you can easily import existing wallet to IME. For instance, if you have IME and if you want to use the same wallet in MetaMask or in Ledger or in any other non-custodial crypto wallet, you can easily extract your private key using your seed phrase and use it in any other non-custodial crypto wallet. So my advice to everybody: do not use custodial wallets. If you have any questions and answers, I will be ready, and I will be happy to answer all the questions. And thank you very much again for this brilliant opportunity for us to tell the world about IME. Thank you very much.
You're muted, Lalit. Lalit, you're muted.
Yeah, Alex, we have some questions from the community, and I think community will be happy to get answers from you live about your platform. So some questions are, the person has asked that what are the difficulties that you are facing for mass adoption in this industry at the moment?
I think that main difficulty is education. I mean, the lack of education. A lot of people want to do something with crypto, but they're sometimes too lazy to read the basis, and they're too lazy to read papers. They want to do something very quick, to buy or to sell or to play. But sometimes it's necessary to spend several minutes or maybe a half of hour just to read what do I do and what should I do and what I shouldn't do. So that's why I think that the main difficult is this lack of education. So I ask everybody to educate, and I think the topic of crypto for this year is educate yourself, because it's very, very important.
No, definitely, Alex. It's pretty important for everyone to understand what crypto is prior investing into it, and but still, even I had checked your platform. So one question I received that what is the minimum and maximum amount of funds they can transfer within the wallet of IME?
As I told, IME, it's non-custodial crypto wallet. So you can send a fraction of Ethereum, a fraction of even Polygon, or you can send fraction of one Shiba Inu token, very small one, because we use Binance Pay to all our users all these zero fee transactions. But if you use normal blockchain, which is also installed in IME, I mean Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon, you should remember that every transaction requires a bit of gas. Sometimes gas is very, very not very cheap. So sometimes it's better to use Binance Pay. But if you want to send crypto using normal way, blockchain, you should think, is it okay for you to spend a lot on gas and send this small amount of token? With IME, you can send there is no minimum and there is no maximum because we are non-custodial crypto wallet. We don't know our users. We don't do KYC because we are non-custodial crypto wallet. We don't have connections with fiat. We have only one possibility to buy crypto from fiat using our Simplex integration. It's the ability to buy crypto using credit cards, and it's powered by third-party provider, by Simplex. So as a non-custodial crypto wallet, we don't have minimum and we don't have maximum.
Great. Another question is there from Max. Simon, can you highlight it? How is the visibility of the users' wallet IDs for your contacts, non-contacts? Is this first-party data stored in a centralized server?
No, we don't store anything. We have a connection. It's a one-time connection between Telegram handle and wallet address. So if person starts transaction, we for instance, you want to send crypto to your friend and you know the Telegram handle. So we search for this Telegram handle and we search the connection between Telegram handle and the wallet address. And after that, the transaction goes to blockchain. If we don't know the wallet address of this Telegram user and we don't know the wallet address of this Telegram handle, the transaction will not go, and you as a sender will get a warning that user with this Telegram handle didn't activate it, not yet activated his crypto wallet, and in order to get your crypto, he needs to activate crypto wallet inside of IME.
Okay. And one question is there that the person who is creating this wallet, downloading this your IME, then how is it privatized? I mean to say that I think the person wants to know whether it is being secured by a private key or with the seed keys.
I didn't get your question, but I fully.
I think what person wants to ask that when you are installing your IME messenger, like you said that this is a wallet, crypto wallet, right? So
Yes.
how this crypto wallet is secured? Is it secured by keeping a private key or seed keys like hardware wallets?
Private key can be extracted using your seed phrase. Seed phrase is just a method to encode your private key and give you opportunity to memorize it. Because for human brain, it's easier to use words instead of numbers and letters. So if you have private key, which is stored inside of your mobile phone, with a seed phrase, you can export your private key and transform it to another wallet. But IME, as a company, as a team, do not see this private key, and we don't know your seed phrase. We don't know your private key, we don't know your seed phrase, and we don't have the ability, even in theory, to extract this information and to send it somewhere or to store it somewhere. So it's absolutely secure. And we have two audits about the security of our application.
Okay. And one question has come up. It's that a person wants to know that you mentioned even one Shiba can be transferred, but how did you manage such a low crypto?
Yeah, I understand. That's a good question, and I will try to explain one more time. If you want to send crypto using IME wallet, you can send crypto using blockchain like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. But with the help of Binance Pay integration, you can send crypto in using centralized method using Binance Pay. For instance, I'm user of IME, and you are also user of IME, and we both have Binance and Binance Pay. We are both users of Binance Pay. So within this system, Binance Pay, we can send crypto to each other using zero fee. So I can send you one Shiba Inu token with zero fee commission because it goes centralized using the power of Binance. And Binance has a lot of users. So there is a very big probability that user of IME is a user of Binance Pay. So if we see that I'm user of IME and I'm user of Binance Pay, and you user of IME and you use also Binance Pay, we can make this transaction centralized. We can perform this transaction centralized. Instead of going to blockchain, this transaction goes through Binance with zero commission. So it's just another way to send crypto using Binance, like from one account of Binance to another account by one account one account on Binance to another account on Binance, but using IME.
Yes, great, great, great. Also, there is one more question. People wants to know that do you have crypto also, or I mean to say, this person wants to ask, do you have your native coin also?
Yes, of course. We have our native token with the name Lime. It's like Lime, Lime, and it's a native token of our ecosystem, and it's a fuel of our ecosystem. This token has a lot of utilities, and it's very important that the number of utilities is growing, because right now you can use Lime for donations. Let's say if you are a content creator or owner of the channel in Telegram, you can use our donation systems, and you can get the reward in Lime, in our native tokens. So you can monetize your content, you can monetize your Telegram or group using donation system. Also, we can offer you to use crypto boxes. It's another very interesting and very powerful solution for content creators in Telegram, and it's also powered by Lime tokens. Also, using Lime tokens, you can get some benefits from our partners. You can stake Lime tokens and participate in different airdrops of our partners. You can use our Lime tokens to be first users of different games and different platforms IME is connected with. So you can go to our website and see how many utilities has our Lime token.
Great, great. So, also, uh, how do you this the idea came up by cloning a Telegram?
Um, Telegram is not only a messenger; it's a huge ecosystem, and the best thing I love in Telegram, it's most secured messenger, and it has open API. It's open source and it has open API. In theory, everybody can build an application based on Telegram API. WhatsApp or Signal and other messengers do not have neither open API, neither open source. Telegram has both. So it's secured. It's most secured messenger in the world, and it has open API. So our developers, super cool professionals, because Telegram open API is a bit tricky to start coding in. It has like I can say it uses a special language, especially created for Telegram. So right now, IME it's the second most popular application for Telegram after the original Telegram application.
Great, great. No, it's really an being running an development company. Even I can understand that how tough the situation was. But the idea behind your concept is really beautiful. Of cloning and Telegram and supporting people who are using Telegram. And I think in this crypto industry, when these people the crypto enthusiastic people, because most of the people are moving towards Telegram, and I think that there would be very soon that you would be seeing IME Messenger is like having millions and billions of users all from Telegram, because it's a one platform where they can chat and where they can transfer crypto.
Yeah. And we are not a competitor for Telegram because we use their user base. So we are like Telegram with some cool perks and with better options for crypto section and for other professional use cases of Telegram. So I can say that it's not for everybody, but it allows everybody to be a bit more professional in the ecosystem of Telegram.
Yes. No, it's a really a cool idea, because even I just downloaded this your IME app while talking to you and listening to your uh, project, and I can see that it's the people in my contacts who had installed this IME app. It's easy for me to send crypto if I wanted to, by just clicking on their names, and if they have their wallet created into IME app. It's
Yeah.
really a nice one.
Yeah, and it's only one cool feature, and we have, I think, more than 20 cool features. You shouldn't. I do not recommend try to all the features of IME in one day. It's better to educate yourself step by step. Our our mechanics is not move to earn, but use to learn. We don't pay anything for using our application like Step N and other cool applications. We offer our users to start using some features they never tried to use before in very native and very comfortable way for them.
Great, great. So I think there are no more questions that have come up from the community, but definitely the last question I would like to ask is, what are your future plans for IME app? Because I really see this as an interesting project, but still uh, the whole community would like to know about the future plans and your perspectives about this.
Thank you for this question. I just wanted to say that in the last version of IME, we opened NFT section. So we will continue developing NFT section. It will be NFT marketplace inside of IME. And we also have a lot of cool ideas for this year. If you download IME now, and if you download IME in 6 months, it will be the huge difference. Because right now we have more than 30 team members, and they are all busy developing new cool features. So our goals to have more users, to have more cool partners, and to have more cool features for both of them, for users and for partners. So it will be a very fantastically great ecosystem with all the users and partners connected together as a very friendly family.
Great. So I think we will end the session over here. But definitely, if Alex, you want to convey any other message before ending the session, it would be great. And definitely, the community, if they have any questions and they are following up the link, please drop your questions over here. Even after the session, we will ask Alex personally to get those answers, and one of his team member or he would be happy to answer those.
Yeah, thank you. My last message is just I wanted to thank you again for this opportunity because we cannot achieve this goal to have more users without you. And I just offer everybody to start using IME just to try, because it's really impressive application, and with a lot of cool features and habitual interface and highest simplicity to use. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Great.
Lalit, for this opportunity to participate in your cool event. And
Thank you, Alex.
see you. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you. Thanks, Alex. And now we have another session, but fortunately, Mr. Alexander, who was to represent and tell us about El Salvador and how this Bitcoin adoption was to happen, his flight got a bit delayed, so he won't be able to join us. But we have the next speaker, Michael, with us from Market Making Pro, and we will be asking him to share his thoughts.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Oli. Can you see and hear me well?
Yes, Mike, we can hear you. And welcome to the show over here. And we are really happy and great to see you with us for speaking and telling us more about your platform, Market Making Pro. But I'll just give a small background of you and Market Making Pro that Mr. Michael, with his team, they had started this consultancy agency in 2016, and I have been like personally knowing him from 2017 when we met, and he's also a part of Threefold Foundations and many more projects. They are coming up. They do support projects for market making, and also these days they have their own Launchpad for the people who are really interested in doing their ideas. So over to you, Mike, to let people know more about you rather than from me.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thank you so much for the intro. First of all, I wouldn't love to pay too much attention at what we're doing and what is the current focus. And just like the short heads up, as Levitt mentioned, we started as the consulting agency, and then since that, we've been developing the different services. And market making is one of the things which has developed and improved since 2017, and we've seen a lot of tokenomics, a lot of different models and quite cool concepts. And over time, which is the cool thing, we were able to see how the things are getting better and better. Well, however, as you can see, due to the latest, let's say, events and things happening in the market, we still can say that it's quite early on one hand side for crypto, and we have to be conscious about what we're doing. We need to study all the tools and all the different elements and how they work and how they interact with each other. But I would like to divide the perspective into two different ones, and how we have to approach it as individuals on the first hand side, and as well as what can we do as the companies to make the space better. At the same time, I have to earn money in the proper way and to give an opportunity for the other people to earn, because that's why we're here. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. We like it a lot, and since that time, a lot of people are confused right now and say, "Hey guys, you doing market making?" And that's it, pretty much from the name of our company. But right now, we are more like the accelerator and incubator. We are investing in the projects ourselves. It's discovering different markets. We do have a Launchpad and farming platform. We do have our own token as well. So right now we kind of decided to diversify the product line we had, and that gives us a very good opportunity. And the network we gathered over the time is quite interesting. So we can collaborate on the different things and cases. Let's say usually we house the projects in the very early stages, and sometimes the project just comes to us and asks for our advice on how to approach the building direct tokenomics in a proper way, what to do and what not to, as well as being the market maker puts the responsibility on us on understanding how to approach the trading process as well. Yeah, so that's probably the shortest I could tell about what we're doing as the Market Making Pro company. I'm always open to your question, guys, and I hope Lalit you here. So I would really love to hear your opinion as well, and how do you see the market, and maybe not how quick we're going to recover, but just to discuss a little bit more on what is the best thing to do now as the company and as an individual, and what are those, let's call them the safe islands to go to during these times, because right now we have a lot of people, a lot of newcomers through 2020 to end of 2021 and 2021 itself as well. So most of the questions I receive usually from the people not crypto related is like, what is the best thing to start with? Well, what are your thoughts?
Definitely, this market first, I would like to know from you, because you are the one who is running a launch pad and inviting people, projects for IDO. So, what are your suggestions for those projects, those who are really keen to launch the IDO? What you would
So,
suggest
okay.
them that how they should appear in the market, and what are the things they should cater before jumping into the market to raise the funds?
Okay, I would say right now it's going to be quite harder to raise the funds for sure, due to the various number of factors, and of course the last situation happened to 3 hours capital is one of the proofs that sometimes the money invested and the way the money has been invested, probably not they were not invested with the best risk management approach, in my opinion. However, what I see for the Launchpad as for now, since it's summer, most of the liquidity is up from the market, and as for now, I see few listings going on. Some of the Launchpads are still doing the IDOs, but right now the community and most of them who do trust the project and who do follow and who still participate, I would strongly recommend personally to diversify the risks as much as possible and to understand how much of the resource you have in order to understand that sometimes you might have to wait maybe like 1 year or so, but also you have to consider the tokenomics and how much of the allocation you're going to get in TGE, and just consider risk-reward ratio. That's for more likely for the regular user who's approaching and doing the research. On the other hand side, as of the projects, I'd say I really like what is going on in the market, because sometimes we have to face the situation when we have to reevaluate each project and to understand what is the actual value which is bringing. Is it scalable enough? Is it flexible? How does the ecosystem work? And we just have to rethink the things which we thought were built well. So still quite fragile, and due to the various factors, most of the markets are affected, and as well as this, like the total situation in the world currently, it's not looking bright and shiny. However, I do think that we are responsible for going through and making this path this way easier and better for us and for the ones who are around us. So if we take the responsibility, things are going to get easier.
Okay. And like you mentioned that this is the summer going on, and what do you feel that by when this crypto winter would be coming up?
Oh, yeah, I don't quite like the term like crypto winter or whatsoever, but as I do trading as a hobby. It's my part time, and I love it. I enjoy understanding the markets and seeing how the liquidity is moving or how the certain assets are reacting to the certain events. And yeah, it's quite amusing for me. I do not take it as the full-time job because it's probably not my thing, but as a hobby, I enjoy it a lot. So as always, for summer, we see that liquidity goes away and a lot of people are going and taking off for vacation. I do expect to see more movements probably by the end of August or September. But see, the thing is, when most of the people are expecting something to happen, that might not happen. So we have to, yeah, we have to look at the right place. We have to study the market. We have to study ourselves, because me as the trader and just moving and discovering what trading is, it's brought up a lot of personal things. So one of the things which I would also recommend to everyone personally is just invest the time in studying and learning new things as much as possible, because that's something which would never lose the value of, and that's probably the best investment ever which you can do. Say, if you want to learn the Python, if you want to learn Solidity or something, right now it's a very good time. I consider summer as the time for building, which is cool. Yeah, I like it. I enjoy it because you can reevaluate the thing and see what have you done in the past 9 months, and just probably try to change the approach a little bit, or as well as look at the different things under the different level to understand if you've done the things correctly or if you have to try something else out. Yeah. Also on our end, we see a lot of things happening, and we're used to be right there when all the events happening, and we do organize the events ourselves. One of the next ones we are hosting in Dubai in October. So yeah, guys, welcome to UL Summit as well. We're waiting for you in Dubai. Then Portugal, we're gonna go to Lisbon in November, but it's gonna be end of November more likely. So Yeah, and for us, it's very valuable speaking to people and understanding what is going on in the market and which direction people are looking, what thoughts they're sharing, and which products they are working at the certain moment. Yeah, so I'd say this year is going to be interesting for sure.
Definitely, what we are seeing at the early beginning of the year, and right now this bear market, bull market. I know it's very hard, but everyone is expecting that it will be improving by the end of the year. What do you say about it? Because I'm asking you this
Um,
because for the community, the whole community would love to get this details from a pro trader crypto person, right? So everyone would like to have
oh
suggestions
yeah,
from
yeah,
you.
that's yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention I'm the day trader. Right now, I closed my investment portfolio in December. It was late December when I see that things are not quite working out well for it. I closed most of my midterm deals by end of December. The last deals I closed middle of April. The ones I long. More likely, I do day trading. So just it's fun when you can catch some movements from the early morning. You can set up the orders, and then you can go and just enjoy the routine, enjoy the work. Then by the end of the day or by lunchtime, you check what is going on and if you are right or not. So for me, as more likely that the game for my brain if I did all the analytics properly in order to understand if my position is going to be closed with profit or by the stop loss. So the only thing, as I mentioned, like it's very tough sometimes to wait, right, for things to recover. It's very hard to expect something at a certain time, but we also have to consider many factors. And if there is going to be somebody who is going to tell you, say, hey, this November we're going to hit a certain number of a different asset. So there are two options. Either this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, or he's got inside information. But even though he's got inside information, it doesn't make it 100% true, right? So you just have to prepare a few scenarios to be ready for it. And as for me, I apply this approach in my life as well after learning about trading a lot, and it gives me a lot of release because if you understand the options you have, and whenever the situation is happening, you just choose the one which is more efficient for you, and you don't spend too much emotional resource most of the time. So hopefully we'll recover and things get back on track by the end of the year. Um, might be longer because we never know what's going to happen next. But something, as I mentioned before, which we have to take care of is our education, our skills, what we know and how we understand the markets, and learn about risk management as much as possible. I know because right now there are many friends of mine who suffered. I guess end of May was quite harsh for them, and the Luna, the UST things were crazy, crazy. I know people who lost a lot of money on that. So it's about the risk management as well.
Great. So, Mike, I received one question from the community that they wanted to know
Yes, please.
what is market making pro. So, I think it would be great if you can tell the community more about your platform, Market Making Pro,
Okay.
that what you all do, and what is the team, and how your team is going to help the future projects, or how your team has supported the previous projects.
Mhm. Okay, easy, easy. So one of the products of the Market Making Pro is the SaaS platform with the algorithmic bots for trading on the decentralized exchanges and on the centralized exchanges. So one of the major things of the projects who are just coming onto there in the market, most of them, they do not have a big or strong community of traders from the very beginning. And so the problem is that to keep the trading off, in the right way, they need the support from the teams like us. They need liquidity providers, and they need the initial trading activity. So um, basically, we help people to have a good and proper trading experience. And for example, the project went through the launchpad. He had their IDO, the TGE has happened, people got their tokens. But if there would be no market maker, more likely they wouldn't be able to sell or buy the tokens at the proper rate. They would have a very high volatility. They might have no orders, and that's something which we have to prevent in order to provide a good experience for the traders. Yeah. So also it's pretty important because just the community who's coming on the IDOs as the one hand side, but then afterwards, as you know, it's a very good and important thing to get onto the bigger exchanges with the best reputation, right? So in order to have that, you need already to build up the community of traders. Most of the times, traders wouldn't come to trade an asset if there is one deal happening in 4 hours or so. And so that is something which we're taking care of as well. So maintaining the healthy price chart, providing the liquidity, and making sure that the order books are acceptable, that's something what we focus on the most. As Yeah, that's the thing which we help all of our clients and partners for the market making. As of the launchpad, we had, I'd say, just 2 or 3 crypto projects, and because we are quite new as a launchpad, right? We started end of the last year, which was already quite late. But considering the opportunities which we had for the launchpad, we still thought it's going to be a good idea for that. So right now we figured out the way how to make the things properly and how to provide the ODC deals with the shareholders of the certain companies who hasn't gone to an IPO yet. So it's one of the things which we worked on for quite a long time, and we're happy to see that that is working. For the certain help to the projects, we do advisory as well. Some of the times, there is the certain situation or the question which can be resolved with our help, because we know a lot of people who work with as the market makers, most of the exchanges we do have the connection with, as well as just approaching the certain situation and giving the different opinions on how the project can proceed and what he might expect. That's something, yeah. So that's something valuable for us as well. I think I didn't mention. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things I've been involved in myself personally, and there are a lot of things I'm interested in, and I see there are many gaps in. I don't want to say the industry, but in the approach of the information. And I think that one of the things which is um, underrated a lot is that people do not approach the data analysis properly. They do not use the data they could. And that's one of the reasons we are also working on one of the internal products right now. It's basically the basic chatbot. So we need to understand what is the traction and how the community reacts to the certain things which are coming from us, and how things are being done and handled, right? I rarely see the project who does this kind of analytics, but what we have seen that most of the project they do not have an understanding of what kind of tools they have to use in order, to raise the traction of the community and how to raise the exposure and the awareness, because the airdrops back in 2017, right, they just do not work. The different campaigns which are
Mike, I think we lost your voice.
launched program. I am back.
Yes, Mike, we can see you, but we lost your voice in between.
Yeah, I know, because I started to see that the internet has dropped. Yeah, my apologies. Lately, doesn't work properly.
You can
Yeah,
understand.
and so,
Or people are working from home and dropping down. The signals is
gosh,
in regular.
man, it's Friday. People should go and enjoy, right? that's
So that's
that's
why
also something which.
this is what people wanted to know more about. This crypto industry, that uh, how they can earn more. So they wanted some suggestions that how they can earn more, and then they can go out for a bigger holiday. So
I see.
they are really keen to know about your
No, but that's a good
platform,
question.
and definitely about the upcoming ideas that are on your platform, and maybe they could invest and gain more funds for their
Yeah, we
holidays.
would love to.
what,
Okay,
what are your
okay.
thoughts
Yeah,
and
that's good. That's
comments on it?
okay. I might sound quite pessimistic here, but there is no magic pill. I mean, if we get lucky, it's very good. But luck is just a matter of the hard work and constant basis, right? So I would recommend not to go too harsh on yourself as well. But let me just give an example by coming back into the mentality as what I come up to as the trader. So the thing is, if you start chasing the profits a lot, and that's the only thing we should think about 24/7, there is the moment when the burnout comes. And because like everybody has to know the limits, and everybody has to know themselves well, because sometimes people forget that that's something they see like the digital world, and for example they just see it's all. Now don't get me wrong, it's always good to get paid for the hard work you've done, but it has to be done in the proper way, in a healthy way, right? And I found out that not finding the balance when you spend like 2 3 days working hard 24/7, and then the same 3 4 days just resting, it's not something cool which is going to bring the result. I'd say it's the constant thing which are done on the daily basis. And right now, it's just the situation. If you want to get the result as soon as possible, you just have to work every day. But see, right now we come to the question of how people should address what they're doing. How should they like it, right? If you don't like it, there is a very little chance that you're going to enjoy the process, of discovering, of learning, of understanding how you can earn from a certain tool in the crypto market. So I would say as a trader, to maintain a healthy trading history, you have to know when you have to rest. It doesn't mean you have to sleep for 8 hours straight, but which is very important as well. Not 8 hours. Everyone is different, and each individual has the different sleep schedule. But that's something which has to be taken care of as well. So my point is the more clear you keep your mind, the more efficient you are. So that's the question of the efficiency and not of how hard you've been working, right? Because sometimes you just might talk to the right people and understand which is going to be, I don't know, the next exit finance, or the next gem coming into the market, or the next tool, or the next segment of the market which is going to move. So um, I found out for myself, which works, that sometimes I still have to remember that there is the real life out there, that you need to have hobbies, you need to, for me, that I have to stay in the sports, that I have to do something, I have to go to the gym, I have to ride the sport bikes, just to keep my mental condition healthy. Whenever you find balance, I mean, don't get me wrong, I also work around 9 to 10 hours per day. but still I do my best to find the time when I can rest or when I can just clear up my mind. So understanding what is the key to that routine is crucial. Speaking about our Launchpad, we do not plan any IDOs this summer for sure. One of the next ones coming, it's going to happen probably mid of September. What we're doing right now, we are closing the deal with Ledger. Not yet, it's still in the process, but we should get the confirmation within 1-2 weeks. Yeah, and then we'll announce it, I think, a little bit later. Also, we do launch the NFT collection together with Gate on their marketplace. And also, we came out with a few things. So each NFT owner would have some extra benefits and bonuses when using our Launchpad. So come and check.
Great. No, it's really nice. So one more question is there from Manish. Simon, can you highlight? Yeah. So he wants to ask that what change do you support and what are the basic requirements to launch the project? I think he wanted to know
About
that
Launchpad.
protocols of this industry that you are supporting at your platform.
Yeah, for the Launchpad, the handling the process of the IDOs, and we understand right now there are around 10 different chains. Right? So we went with the Binance Smart Chain as the primary one. We do support ETH as well, but the logic of the Launchpad allows us to launch the IDO for any kind of chain, pretty much. So we're not tied up to one chain, but we can launch the projects on the different chains. So basically, due to the logic on how we track the users and how much there was staked in the launch pools, we can understand how much of the allocation each person receives. So, and then there is the personal cabinet activated for each user. We also collect the email and we link up with the wallet which participated in the IDO, so we can reach out to the person and just proceed from there.
Okay. And also,
Basic
he wants to know
requirements.
that to launch the project, what are the requirements that your platform is seeking? That based
Okay,
on
as
what
for now,
they can apply for, if Manish is having a project and he wants to apply as an IDO on your platform, so what are the things that he should keep in his mind before asking you to get the application approved?
yeah, I would say right now we're focusing on the projects with the already working product with the community, and right now we are, let's say it's the small Series A. It's like the sandbox of the Series A. So whenever there is a project that there is understanding, it's like, hey, it's the right time to launch the token, for example, and just to support and kind of boost the ecosystem, and that's when we are there. But yeah, as mentioned, we chose the strategy rather not to do too many projects, but just launch 1, 2 in a month, but just selected very carefully.
Great. So, another question has come up from Rohit. In fact, I would say that this is the favorite question of every project owner. So, they wanted to know that how many investors are there in your platform?
Mhm. That's a good question, and we did not hide it. So right now, as of the community, we have around 50,000 people among all the social networks. There are some people who do not follow us. The strongest community from our Launchpad is coming from Japan. Right now, we have around 3,500 people from there, and also around 5 to 6,000 people who constantly participate. I would say if we're speaking about the active ones who participate in each IDO, it's around 8,000 people.
That's That's perfect. In fact, the answer to next question is also there, because one person has asked that what is the user base of your platform? So I think you had already answered along with your investors that every user is an investor for your platform.
Yeah, we are doing our best there. Not every, and because we also see that the requirements are so different, right? And sometimes people are looking for the different options. They want to diversify, and we just need to provide a convenient tool, which is easier to understand how it is working, as well as we have to, like, because we have the responsibility of the projects who we are launching, right? So we have to go through the screening process carefully.
Yeah. So, just to know your thoughts on it, that what do you feel about this uh, crypto industry? That what I feel, that it's just a few percentage of people, those who know about crypto industry, and they are the investors into this crypto industry. And what do you feel about it?
Um, Let me also put it from this perspective. I still think that we're not early. There are a lot of people who know about crypto. There are a lot of people who heard about Bitcoin. There are a lot of people who kind of know what is it. There are a lot of people who heard about all the ups and downs. Right now, it's just a matter of the consciousness, right? It's the matter on how people are reacting or using, or how they can understand how crypto can make their lives better, easier, more convenient, for example. Sometimes, and because most of the time when I hear something about crypto from the regular person, it is more likely, hey, it's like a scam, Ponzi, or whatsoever, right? And it's about the value, it's about convenience. The latest situation in Europe as well just demonstrated and showed up that even sometimes you cannot rely on the banks. So you just have to diversify in order to self-maintain as the person, as the human being, and as the one who wants to build up that financial freedom, right? And as for me, it's really hard to disagree with that. Yes, me personally, I do not trust banks a lot. I feel way safer when I do have something which belongs to me, which I have full access to, and which can be moved, deposited, or withdrawn, doesn't matter, anytime I need it without any commission in my life. Right? And that's something which we, like all the cricket community, has the responsibility of showing to the others in the sense that, hey, you can still say no, you can still disagree, you can still not believe it. It's already here, it's working, and that's what we're going to see in the next 5 to 10 years. As the technology, I see a lot of beautiful ways on how it can be implemented. The only thing as kind of makes me sad right now is that we have to go through a lot of mistakes in order to improve and become something bigger and more valuable, more um, let's say more improved, and if I can tell it, like more perfect. I've been watching the metaverse trend right now, and everyone is building the metaverse. Everyone is building the next Zoom meeting rooms, which it doesn't make much of a sense for me. Since I also have been working in the tech startups, and we've done a few things for the students in terms of the strategic consultancy. The thing is, I haven't seen the metaverse which provides the opportunity for let's say the pupils or for the students to learn engineering, to see how a car is built or to see how a motorbike is built. Right there, and me as the boy, man, we all have the same toys nowadays. We like cars, we like motorbikes, right? But when you do not have the access to the actual machine, it's really hard to learn how is it built, which part affects which kind of characteristics. And what I was hoping to see for the past like 8 months when I spoke to the Metaverse projects is this kind of thing, that you can be like that you will be able to learn and to customize, for example, the car, build it up, see what would happen if you would change a few engine details or exhaust system, and how it's going to affect the whole car ecosystem, for example. And I think it's really achievable, and especially with the latest LiDAR technologies, it's not that hard to, to make the 3D model of pretty much anything these days. Right now, it's just a matter of bringing that opportunity. The same, the rocket science. There are so many, so many. The bright minds, they come from the high schools. We, I think, do not we we do not like respect, but we do not pay the attention to the ones who are eager to learn. And if we do not give the tool, and if we do not create it, we just slowing the things down so much. So I truly believe that there are beautiful things which can be done based on the blockchain. Right now, as the question of time and the conscious of what are we going to need as the community. So it's just the idea. I might be wrong, I might be right, I don't know, but that's how I feel and that's how I see it. And also, like being a big fan of the science fiction from the childhood, that's something which I'm missing right now.
Right. So, what do you think about someone asked that what is your take on NFTs, Metaverse, and Web3?
I think, okay, let's start with Web3. As the technology as well, it's quite young. I still think that probably the next hype or the thing that's going to happen exactly with the Web3. The only matter for me is that the product for some of the Web3 projects I've been helping, and the Freecode is one of them, right? So the technology-wise, everything is beautiful. It's amazing how the product works. See, right now the problem is on how to grow it properly, how to bring the idea that say, hey, that there is something we can do if we unite. But the problem is the product is quite complicated, and for the regular person who is not much into like Web2 or the Web3, it's still quite hard for understanding. So, and that's why I'm talking about the level of conscious. As long as people would start learning more and understanding how different ecosystems can affect their lives in a better way, we're going to see more traction with the Web3, we're going to see more understanding, and we're going to see people moving and helping that part of the industry to grow. I'm not like mentioning the proper infrastructure and the proper product line and the security of which has to be provided by the team, right? NFT is an interesting technology. Yeah, I'll be jumping probably a little bit. I think it's also a little bit underrated right now because that thing was the hedge and with the NFTs for 3 million is crazy, right? Sometimes you can just see, and there is the nonsense picture with the few pixels on there, which cost $few million. And so you're like, yo.
Ne-
How did I miss?
Mike,
Yeah, I do think that most of the features of the NFT they haven't been used as yet, because NFT is the let's say it is the tool which proves the ownership. But there are also maybe a lot of cool things which you can wrap it in. Many people they already spoke about the car ownership, the apartment ownership, villa, whatsoever, or the physical objects. But as well as, let's go back to the Launchpad topic. Right now we have a lot of ODC deals on the allocations which were got saved by the different projects from the IDO, right? But the vesting schedule is for some of them it's just enormous. You have to wait maybe 2, 3 to 5 years. Sometimes the person he doesn't want to hold anymore, and he needs the money, and this asset is not liquid, and that is the major problem. And what I see what can be done as well as some kind of a marketplace where people can share the allocation with all the testing terms right inside an NFT. And you can see that it's quite different to pretty much the same technology. And the cool thing and cool story that it's already realized by the few projects by our Launchpad as well. So we like to experiment, and first of all, we have to make sure that we do the things properly. So we have to consult with the legal team in the first place to understand what the concept is, right? But two, the things are working if they are done properly. Okay, NFT. What else?
Like you
Yes,
mentioned, Mike, I remember we were talking about Dubai, that you will be soon in Dubai again for some event. And last time
yeah.
when we met together at the event, uh, I saw that the event was huge, but totally with the newcomers that wanted to pitch in for this metaverse. However, the everyone, what I felt, I don't know about your judgment. That I would like to hear. Right, that the people coming up were with the ideas, but in real case, no one has the real product. So, what are your views on it? Like, you will be again
And
Dubai for these events, and I believe that again the same thing you would be able to visualize. So,
mhm.
what is the
This
purpose
is
of
about
your
the.
and all this industry?
Oh, okay. So is it about the Wall Summit or about the Sigma event, which I think we met on in Sigma?
The Sigma.
Honestly, I've been there just one day when I met you. I was too crazy there. Let me because the pitch competition I missed. I do know that Aiken has presented their own project. I haven't started. I unfortunately have no idea what is going on there. I can give the short description on how the pitch competition went on the WoW Summit, who it was last year. We had, I think, around 11 or 12 projects. I was quite happy to see that there was the project coming from the EdTech. Basically, they were providing the educational courses for the pupils, as I mentioned, and the cool story about it, because also I have to review again because it was quite a long time ago. But the major idea which I remember is that they were providing the educational courses not just like in the certain discipline like mathematics or physics, but they also were teaching the skills. A lot of schools and a lot of universities, they're not paying the attention on the real fit of the person into the market. And I face the same problem as most of the people out here. Whenever you are graduating, there is no understanding on where to go. And that cliff in between what market needs and what you are is quite big. So many students are confused and they have to catch up on the things again and they have to learn again, they have to understand again, and it's pain in the ass for both sides. So I'm quite interested in those projects who are kind of eliminating that gap in between. And yeah, the pitch competition was interesting. I think I've seen two metaverse. There was a DAO as well. What else? And I think just 3 or 4 projects out of 12, which I was quite interested in, and I spoke to the founders. So the major reason why we do provide this kind of event, of course, is the first of all is an opportunity to talk for the guys, right? So they're building something cool and something new. Um, might be something innovative as well. So they have to be heard. They have to share their thoughts, how they see the things. But also the cool thing is that 90% of the project, they already had a working product, they already had a community, and they were kind of just scaling. So basically, they were looking for partners and for the investors, which is cool as for me. As long as we can provide a kind of space where people can meet each other, discuss, and find the right collaboration. That's already the few reasons why we're doing the things, why we are hosting the events. So yeah, but that one was quite cool. I liked it. But it was intense in the morning until 3 because it was outside, and we did it near the Burj Khalifa. And oh my god, it was so hot. But after 3 p.m., everything was quite cool. So quite cool event.
Great, great, great. So I think I would just say last question, that what do you think about this future of crypto or future of blockchain? I
What
know
about
that.
the official? Is it the event or
Pardon?
is it a conference or the future of the things
No, no, no,
overall?
no. It's just
Okay.
journal that what do you think that the future of crypto or the future of blockchain is there? Because uh, I don't know how many people you have met, and they are always under assumption that uh, blockchain is crypto, crypto is blockchain. However, there is a huge difference between crypto and blockchain. So, what are your views about the future?
As a technology, I mentioned it's beautiful and it can be implemented in many cases. A lot of, for example, if we even speak about the logistics, we can make the logistic part more efficient because in some ecosystems we can, for example, replace the real people doing some physical things like putting the boxes or sorting them out or scanning the codes into the smart contract, right? So you can scale the things down where you need. You can make things more efficient. Uh, um, as I mentioned, it's not the future. It's already here. Right now, it's just a matter of how to implement it in the right and the proper way. So, um, yeah, I heard many. I don't want to say like the rumors, but yeah, many people were having different opinions on the blockchain just because they had a knowledge on the crypto, right? But it's for me, it's quite it's not reasonable to judge the whole industry by knowing about Dogecoin or about Shiba. So yeah, just to sum it up, I think, and the way I feel, I like the industry a lot. I do enjoy learning the new things. I do enjoy understanding and taking a look at the different ecosystems from the within in order to understand how to build the things in a better way on the blockchain and or to understand how to approach the things properly. So I don't want to say it's the future, but it's something which is definitely going to help us to improve to have a better life.
Great, great. Anyways, I don't think is there any comment further. Yeah, one person has asked, "Do you have a large
Yeah,
customer base?" It's from KMAC Travel.
yeah, it's okay. We do not complain, right? And other things here and there. Yeah, as mentioned, right now the things kind of slow down a little bit. People go for the vacation. They, get some rest from the price trades, and I think that's one of the right things to do. Sometimes you have to kind of take a step back in order to see the picture. Get a breath and then keep going, keep moving.
Great. So, Mike, it was really pleasure to have you with us about your thoughts and vision that you have shown us, and it's really good to see your platform, Market Making Pro, and we all wish you a very success, and hope one day we will do our IDO on your platform.
Yes, we're more than welcome. Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I'm glad to see you. I'm happy to see you smile. And yeah, enjoy the summer, spend some time with family, keep studying, keep learning, because now it's the time. Now's the time.
Thank you, Mike. Great. So I think it was a very healthy discussion. And now I think it's time for our last speaker, Mr. George Sebastio. He's really one of the renowned international ICT speaker, and he is into really supporting projects as an advisor, as an getting on their executive board member, and he's having an experience of more than 35 years of this industry, and has seen as well as served many sectors which include telecom, oil, gas, financial, government, defense, healthcare, and many more. I think we will wait for him to join. And right, Simon?
Yeah, Lalit, you have been doing a great job. I've been watching it from behind the scenes. Mahesh will be joining towards the end after this session. So you should take a break. Everyone will take a break of about 10 15 minutes. We'll play some rhythmic music
No,
in the
I
back.
think George was having back-to-back events, so I'll just check with him.
Yeah.
Because earlier he said he will be on the session on time. Let me see.
Yeah, do a quick check, and until then, enjoy this light music, Lalit. Okay, you also need to take a break. You have been rocking and rolling for past 2.5 hours.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, see you in a bit.
Sure. Hi. I think George has joined us. Yeah, George is there. Hi, George.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Great, great. So let's begin. And I know that it was your precious time that you took away for us to be in this event. So to community, I would just like to give a short brief, and then the whole community would be happy to hear from you. Uh, Meet Mr. George, and he's one of the renowned face and figure in this blockchain industry. He has been serving more than 35 years of this industry, not even blockchain, but other industry also. He has served many sectors, which include telecom, oil and gas, financial, defense, healthcare, and many more. And he is speaker, CTO, advisor, and executive board members. And now I would welcome him to the community, and community would be happy to hear more from him. Welcome, George.
Yes, good morning. My name is George Sebastião. I'm Portuguese Canadian. I've been in the IT space for 35 years. I've been in many elements of IT, including cybersecurity for 22, about 12 for AI and telecom, and about 7 years in blockchain. And as you know, the whole space of IT is moving at extremely rapid pace, specifically as it moves into, I guess, this gaming and metaverse. Since the blockchain has joined us in the last 7 years plus, I mean, originally 12 to plus years, you can say it's Bitcoin. So it was quite limited on the kind of functionality that could have been done in this space. But with 7 years, it was the birth of Ethereum and kind of a programmable exchange of value. And this enabled a whole new ecosystem to actually be built. If you remember, almost 4 or 5 years ago, we had the birth of the first NFTs, which at the time were known as crypto kitties, and actually ended up crashing the Ethereum network because there was just too much demand and not enough capacity in the network to actually do that. And this is not the first time the network has crashed. More recently, we have the Bored Apes that also, when they released their metaverse and in the Ethereum network, it also ended up crashing that network as well because just too many transactions per second. So you can say that this programmable space has born a whole new economy, a whole new circle economy. Of course, gaming has been with IT since the early days. It was gaming that actually developed most of the research that was done on Intel chips and graphic acceleration cards and GPUs. So not only they're used for mining, but they're also used for gaming. Actually, gamers are not too happy that their cards became so expensive as a result of the launch of Ethereum platforms. Therefore, this new economy is basically being born. So there's many elements that are important to it. One is NFT, which allows you the exchange of value, but programmable exchange of value. So NFT are kind of unique characters or unique assets that can exist outside a game, but primarily today are being developed within the game space. And this could be shields, this could be the characters themselves, this could be assets that you actually win in the game. So gaming is actually creating a whole new economy that was not there before. So the concept today known as play to earn is new to this space. Now, alongside all this blockchain, NFT, programmable transfer of value, we also had you can say the birth of the metaverse. I actually don't like too much the term metaverse. I prefer the word digital twin rather than metaverse. 3D worlds have actually also been with us for the last 15 plus years. I mean, in the original browsers like Netscape and others, something known as VRML or 3D
objects were able to be displayed and interacted with. However, of course, the kind of interaction that you could do with this is limited to actually being able to view, rotate, or navigate inside these 3D objects. Today, all these three worlds are colliding together. So on one side, we have the gaming world. On the other side, we have the blockchain and the NFT world. And on the other side, we have the metaverse, which enable us to combine these three elements in a virtual digital twin world. Now, I also don't like the term just metaverse. I like multiverse, because in the end, first, there is not just one metaverse, but there is a multitude of them. It is important to actually build interoperability. Today, we have too many silos in our technology. We have silos in the NFT world. We have silos in the blockchain world. So in the blockchain world, NFT, we have to have the concept of, integration between the various network assets. So multi-chain capability is extremely important. The same is to be said also for the metaverse, and that's why the importance of multiverse and the capability of integrating these verses together, so that you can go from one to the other, or you can go from one game to the other, and assets that you may win in another game could easily be transferred to other games, or they could be convertible into other coins and eventually even used as financial assets that you could integrate into traditional payment systems that today are primarily driven by Visa and MasterCard. We have places like, for example, Philippines, where people today are earning something like $50 a week or more playing games, which enables this play turn to actually ended up feeding an entire family, which is quite important. The same can obviously be said for India and other parts of the world. So obviously, we have very large communities. In India, we have 1 billion people. We have 1 billion people in China. We have 1 billion people in Africa. Of course, other elements need to come together for these things to actually be able to operate. So one of the important elements that I do not touch base, but it's definitely the availability of low-cost broadband telecommunications. Now, whether these are provided by mobile, by satellite, like the new and upcoming Starlink, which enables us to put broadband anywhere on the planet, those are all key elements to enable these technologies to actually have success, for them to be able to grow and to flourish. Are we there yet? No, I think it's a road. If you look at blockchain as a technology, it's probably in its early teenager years. We have probably somewhere around 50% of the planet actually has digital wallets. So a lot of work needs or remains ahead to capture a much larger part of, you can say, sometimes we even talk this as the unbanked or the unconnected part of the world. So it is important to address both from a point of a blockchain perspective, but also from a connectivity and a high availability of broadband to be able to change the lives of the people that are impacted by this technology. Now, the same thing is happening in the metaverse as well. We still have some challenges. One of the challenges, definitely, that I always like to mention is that in the past, people have used primarily desktops as a way to actually interface into the internet, into the virtual worlds of the internet. But today, the primary device of choice is actually the mobile device or the smartphone. So that means we need to be able to have these blockchain environments, these metaverse, these NFTs, integrate very well into the new device of choice, which is the mobile phone. Now, there's obviously many ways to do that. We have used technologies like cloud gaming and others to be able to do that, because in the world of 3D, a lot of computing power is actually required to be able to integrate that. And I think as this all evolves, it's not just about the virtual worlds. It's about the integration of these virtual worlds into the real world. So in this new generation of metaverses, what we will have is we will have a combination of extended reality as well as mixed reality. So the games that are actually able to combine these technologies together will be able to achieve much more productive distribution channel and e-commerce capabilities. One has to look at this as a new way or a new channel for existing businesses to explore. So most of the large organization and vendor organizations and brands are actually investing in this as their distribution channel. Back to you, Lalit.
Yeah, it's really nice to listen you and your thoughts on this NFT metaverse and this Web3 series. In fact, in this event, we have seen many people who have been showcasing their project. In fact, their projects are good, but uh, I wanted to know that what's your take on these NFTs or these metaverse like metaverse for us and as per you multiverse, that what is the real situation that a person should go ahead to invest in such projects, or they need to do something?
Well, first thing, if there's many aspects that I think you're discussing here, so let's try to address each one by themselves. One is the
Sure.
projects themselves. If you're planning to examine or look at investing in projects, typically I always recommend to do a thorough due diligence. And the thorough due diligence of projects requires many elements. It goes much beyond NFTs themselves or even the technology. Each good project should have a proper documentation, which means things like a pitch deck, a light paper, white paper, yellow paper. Each one of them describes functionality about the project. Light paper is just a basic introduction. A pitch deck describes what is the intent and the roadmap for the project. White paper is kind of a more detailed description, and typically yellow paper is a technology document that describes the kind of architectures and technologies that are actually used within the project. So beyond that, what is really important is the makeup of the team. So the team should be visible, the team should be professional, the team should have the necessary skills or past expertise to deliver similar projects successfully. The roadmap is extremely important. It should be a realistic one, not one that tries to do everything as many of them claim. It should projects that have an MVP or minimal viable product are extremely important. Projects that address a very vertical as a solution, so that have a unique value proposition, are also extremely important. Other elements that I think are extremely important is the tokenomics. What is the tokens, how they're distributed, how they're allocated, and yet this allocation should also be realistic. It is also important to describe what is the usage of funds. So you're going to be collecting some funds. What are you going to use them for? What and how they're going to be applied against the roadmap. So all these elements enable you to do a proper due diligence on projects. Does this really mean that the project will be successful? Even projects that for which the due diligence has been done and it's extremely good one, typically the success rate is only about 10%. So that really means even a project with all the wins behind them and all the necessary elements still is going to have a very hard time ahead. So that means it might need to pivot, it might need to raise more money, it might need to enhance the integration to the community building or the ecosystem to actually be successful. It might be have a lot of agility to be able to automatically adapt to ever-changing market conditions, like, for example, the existing market conditions that exist today. Also, those projects should have anywhere from a minimum on-ramp of anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. The second part of the question is a little bit different, is about are NFTs today that are being launched valuable, which ones are not. See, value of NFTs is based on many aspects. One is, what is the NFT itself? Who created it? The artistic or the content value of that NFT. One has to be in mind that NFT are not just pictures. NFT could be a book. NFT could be a 3D object. NFT could be a painting, or it could be a YouTube similar stream or other. So it's actually a blob of digital blob, and that blob has many aspects. So all of those are NFTs. The unique value is that each one is uniquely identified, uniquely cataloged. It can be traded, it can be bought, it can be sold. It has smart contract behind it, which means the smart contract identifies anytime it's bought or sold, who actually gets compensated for that transfer of value. So which NFTs will actually have value? There's two primary elements that I consider extremely important. Is what is the quality and who created those NFTs, the rarity, the properties. And number two is the community that is behind them. So, for example, we have done projects for NFTs, memorabilia like Flicks, which is about cricket. So, in that context, we have 1 billion population that is actually interested in cricket. So that means there's a high level of interest. We have seen NFTs about Formula One, about football. I'm talking about soccer football. All of these have got very big communities behind it. When you have these communities, of course, the NFTs will increase in value. It's no different than, for example, the way you used to collect things like stamps or baseball cards or player cards. The ones that are more rare will increase in value. So these are just digital versions of the same thing. The third element that I think is important, is still not mature, is the environments in which you can use and play these NFTs. So today we have marketplaces like OpenSea, which look very similar like Amazon. And to be frank, I'm very disappointed with the user interface of these marketplaces. I mean, there's nothing really innovative about that. It's just an Amazon with some pictures. I mean, NFTs are live digital pieces of art. So you need to have an environment that matches the same quality of those NFTs. What are some examples of that? For example, in the context of ClickFlix as a project, if you buy a memorabilia object, like let's say a cricket bat, or maybe a ticket that was used or a sign autograph, you have a 3D, high resolution 3D image of this object. And guess what? You're able to actually take this object and merge it with your photo. So it's like a mixed reality. So that means you're taking a photo of yourself for Instagram, and now you have this digital virtual object, and you can put it next to you or be part of that picture. So what you're doing is creating a mixed environment that is more rich, it has more value, and it is innovative in the way it is actually being used. So we have to see the birth of these new environments that allow you to consume this new type of digital content. I can give you a second example, is a new app environment, and this one is called Rocky.app, which is being used for DJs that actually produce musical content. So Rocky.app will be able to play these new mixes, these new digital musical content. At the same time, the authors of this content would get compensated. So it's kind of let's say, a new generation of YouTube. So today, if you play something on YouTube and you want to monetize it, everything goes to Google, and Google gives you a small percentage. In Rocky.app, it's the relationship is between the community and the creator of the content. So that means there is actually no intermediaries. Yes, Rocky.app is the app that enables this to actually take place, but the relationship is between the owner or the buyer of that NFT and the digital creator of that NFT. So I think the modern version of this world is the ones that will be using NFTs, will be using blockchain, but the GUI or the customer experience is extremely rich. That means this thing of connecting a MetaMask wallet and all that is so unfriendly. So we need to fix this user experience for the market to actually take hold and take place. Of course, Metaverse is one of the ways to try to fix that, but I think we have to go much beyond that to have proper solutions in the market. So the taxi driver can actually use it, and it's no different than him driving a car. It should be a natural, simple experience, not a complex one that is only designed for people that operate or deal in technology.
Great. So it was a nice insight, and now we have few questions. I think Simon,
Sure,
can you highlight?
See, blockchain and metaverse are connected because when you log into the new metaverses, one of the things we'll be doing is directly connecting your wallet, which has your assets, your digital assets. So, for example, this digital asset could be your avatar, as an example. So, how you're being perceived in that metaverse. But it could be any collection of items that belong to you. So, you'll be able to showcase these items. You'll be able to buy, sell, trade these items. So, that really means the metaverse, by being integrated into blockchain, allows you this transfer of value. So, it's not just nice pictures, it's a new economy that you're actually creating. And this new economy is actually happening not just in a virtual world. It can happen between a combination of a virtual world with the physical world, which means that if you work in the normal life and you're wearing something similar to the new upcoming Apple glasses or Google glasses, you'll have the virtual world being mixed with the digital world and interact, transfer of value or e-commerce capabilities. So this enables a whole new generation of applications or distribution channels for brands and for producers of either content or physical goods that was not there before.
Great. And Simon, please place the another question.
Well, the bear market is not just associated with blockchain or associated with crypto. Is really associated with the entire condition that is happening in our planet. So we have wars going on, we have COVID now, and maybe some new disease going on. We have really a lot of serious problems in China with goods not being able to circulate to the rest of the planet. So we have a supply chain problems. We have hunger coming. Probably millions of people will die as a result of wheat or rice or other products not getting to them on time. So yes, I mean, this bear market is a reality of the things that are happening with us today. Now, ups and downs are normal in the market, so it's probably a good opportunity to look for bargains and leverage those bargains. But at the same time, I would expect it will probably minimally last until the end of the summer. So don't expect anything to reverse immediately. We're talking probably September to November, if things go well. But if the war, for example, escalates on one side, if inflation keeps growing at interest rates keep skyrocketing, I mean, goods are sometimes going up by 2 and 3 times. So, you cannot live independent. People were creating this digital world. Guys, we have to live between the digital and the reality, and somewhere in between.
Right. Simon, next question.
Well, this is, I guess, a mix of questions, but which blockchain? I am trying to promote one blockchain versus the other, but you should look at various things about blockchains. The ones that are professional, number one, the top 10 definitely. Blockchains that also have a capability of a large number of transactions per second. So definitely Ethereum needs to move to Ethereum 2.0. So today we have, for example, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, we also have Cardano. So most of these now have capabilities up to 100,000 transactions per second. So if you're talking about metaverses, smart cities, gaming, you need to have between 100,000 and millions of transactions per second. Otherwise, you will not have a correct blockchain. So it's don't focus just on one chain. Focus also on multi-chain support. Focus on performance and quality of the blockchain. The other thing is the language itself. Today, definitely JavaScript and Solidity are the leaders. So don't go for exotic languages that there's no availability of programmers, because you want trying to create a new economy of code that can be shared. I mean, one of the things that's enabled these systems to move extremely fast is the capability of combining code very fast to create a new solution. So you grab 80% of the existing code and you add your 20% that makes your solution unique. So as a programmer, focus on JavaScript, Solidity, understand the cybersecurity issues with the code. All these are important elements to be successful.
Great, great, great. It was really a great insight that you provided, George. And I think if you would tell us more about your ecox platform, which I think we missed out.
Okay,
So
no problem. It's
be
my
happy.
pleasure. Okay, EcoX stands for Ecosystem Connections. It's a platform that we started about 4.5 years, almost 5 years in Dubai, and we have expanded to 9 countries. Happy to bring it to India, happy to bring it to Africa or Asia or even United States. It's really a grassroots thing to enable businesses and startups to be successful, to have people to exchange together the requirements that they require to build a success. And usually, when you build a business, there is really like a multi-leg stool. This multi-leg stool requires 3 legs that are considered to be important, which is money, brains, and contacts. And money is the finance to be able to invest in the business. The brains is the resources, the smart people that actually create the solution, and the connections is the business development, the relationships, and the ecosystem. And really, EcoX is really designed to provide this fuel so startups can actually be successful, and resources that are looking to tie up with these startups to actually build a very long-lasting relationship.
Great, great, great. So I think with this we are going to end the session. But still, at the last, any expert advice, George, you would like to give to the community about the whole blockchain or crypto industry? Anything? We would be happy to hear.
I think the most important advice that I give to everybody is learn something new every day. In my existing job for the last 35 years, what has allowed me to be where I am today is that every year I throw away 30% of what I learn, and I learn something new. So whether it's blockchain, metaverse, NFTs, or even the things to come that don't have name, keep learning, keep reading, and you have to have new ways to learn. It's not just about going to university or college. We have Udemy, Coursera, we have CoinMarketpedia, which is a whole new generation of education platforms that are actually designed to give you the knowledge to actually be successful in this new environment. So learn something every day.
Great, great. Thank you, George. It was really a pleasure to listen to your thoughts and insights you provided to the whole community. And really, we know that it was your very precious time that you took out for us to give your views and guide us the way through. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and see you next time. I'm actually in Los Angeles, and tomorrow is Dubai. The next day is Cyprus. The following day is going to be Greece. With a
The
bit of a
huge crazy travel.
yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
the best.
good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure. Yeah, so it was the last speaker that we have. And now, Simon,
All right.
Mahesh.
Wow, that was amazing. I must say that that was probably I think everybody should watch that video, that session. Everybody, even anybody, no matter how expert you are, how beginner you are, And let me start with a few things George said. I think you call it George or Jorge. I'm not sure how to spell the name.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
George.
George, right? So let me start with something, and this is applies to everybody, that learn something new every day. If you want to be relevant in this world, if you want people to still to talking to you, you want to have friends, you want to have business, you want to have successful anything, you have to learn something new every day. It can be anything. It doesn't. If you are the same, then you're not going too far, right? And that's what we're doing here with this conference. Even the whole CSharpCorner community is all about learning something new every day.
Exactly.
So yeah. And I think we had a great session, a great job, Lalit. I think you did fantastic. Your questions were all very, very called hard questions from the real, people who are like, yeah, we want to know these answers. And they were hard too. Some were really hard. You were like a journalist out there poking these experts like. That was great.
It's been that I've been meeting these people, and this industry is growing every day. We are coming up.
Yeah.
Right? And it's
So-
really to have all these questions and answer for the community. It's a really guider.
Yeah, and how we started this conference with talking about the cryptocurrencies and crashing and the blockchain, and we also talk about NFTs and Metaverse and Web3, right?
Right.
Hopefully, this brought some knowledge to people, like how we have speakers. They talk about how they are using NFT to solve real world problems, right? We had people talked about investing in NFTs, how people are investing and using NFTs, and there's also the way you can look at what NFTs can be more valuable than others, how to identify which NFT you want to invest in if you do, and which are useless, because end of the day your goal is to make money if you're trying to do that. And you also advise a lot on how to do your own research, how to look for. Even George added that in the last, in the end, is like, okay, if you're looking to either invest in a blockchain, NFTs, cryptocurrencies, or even Web3 and Metaverse, what do you look for in general? Well, you look for their technical content. Is it white paper, light paper, investor pitch, and yellow paper, right? Are they legit? Who's the team behind it? Are they real people? Can you really talk to them? Can you meet them? Can you ask questions? Because a lot of projects, you don't even know who's running the project, right? Then he also talked about, look at the product roadmap, look at if they have any MEP, if they look at the tokenomics, if they raise money, how are they going to raise all the money? So if you are anybody out there looking to invest in cryptocurrencies or any of these related technologies, this is what you have to look for, rather than looking for social media hype and just buying and selling, thinking like tomorrow this token will go 100 times and I'll sell it. Otherwise, you will just be chasing that. Sometimes you get lucky, but the chances are that project may not be as successful you may want to think.
Exactly. It's all luck.
Yeah, sometimes luck. Yeah, because it's right timing, right? Timing is important.
It's all
too.
about timing.
Yeah. So if you pick the right time, you get the project really early stage, which you think may blow up, and you get it, then that's your luck. You got it lucky. Most people don't know what's going on, so they're late. So by the time you're late, you're just late.
Exactly.
Yeah. We should get Simon back in here to close this conference. This was great. I learned a lot myself.
Hi,
What's going on, Simon? You're learning too much.
I don't know. Sometimes I learn Azure. Sometimes I learn growth mindset. Sometimes I'm
Right.
gonna
So
be
you're
a
learning
seller.
every day.
Yeah, I've been very lucky to watch this conference from behind the scenes. Definitely a kind of speakers we don't have in other conferences. A very different domain, very new things to learn. And I would say kudos to Lalit for hosting it. I did an easy job over here. I was just sitting behind the scene and just clicking the buttons over here. But Lalit, you have been consistent for like sitting for 3 hours and making speakers feel heard and asking the questions. That was great. So kudos to you.
Thank you. It's kudos to the whole team, even the people who are not present over here, but still behind the scenes, right? Because it goes to everyone, not to a single person.
It takes a village to raise a child, right? So
Exactly.
it takes a whole team to do a successful community event or conference.
Definitely, and let's hope to have much more soon, and let's grow it more bigger
Yeah,
for
that's
the.
great. So with that, guys, I think Simon, we should do is this was a obviously great success, Bcrypt. I think we should announce for next year sooner than later, so we can this time we'll work more early and get these people. This was great. I think we should do more of these, especially the crypto, blockchain, Web3, metaverse, because this space is more new, exciting. Looks like a lot of unknowns there, and a lot of
Exactly.
people have questions. So we should try to use this on more.
Yeah, we'll do that. So keep an eye on the Bcrypt website itself. We'll announce the date by end of next week, and also keep an eye on CSharp on social media, because we have very exciting event coming up that we are going to talk about, that we're going to launch on social media next week.
Yeah, that
Only
should
me
be
and my
good.
son know about it,
That
and a
should be
couple of
good.
folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be exciting.
That's great. That's great.
All right, Lalit. So that was awesome. Thank you so much for awesome work. Let's connect again. Everybody who stayed with us, watched it, amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Everybody behind the scene, the social media team, they are posting all these things. Everybody helped organize this conference. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
Jinx. Have
you.
a great weekend, and see you soon.
All
Ta-da.
right.
Bye, everyone. Ta-da.
Okay,
Bye.
guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.